Hello everyone. Hi, we're just joining a few places. Can you please tell me if you can hear me as you come on? Hopefully you can. Let me know if you can hear me. So if you can let me know in the comments as you come on if you can hear me. So I want to make sure this is all working first. We've been running for a few hours now. It says my microphone's working. I can see it flashing, so I think it's all good. But please let me know. See if a message comes up. And I'm going to put you up here. Okay. Chat, we've got a few of you there. Can you hear me? Let's see. Can you hear me? Are you picking up the sound? Can you let me know in the feedback, please? My Piggies World, hello. LPS Golden says yes. So I'm getting a few yeses on there. Can everyone just confirm? We've got quite a few people popping in. Hello, hello. We're halfway through our adoption day and health checks and just setting up on a few platforms. So please just type in yes if you can hear me, and then we'll get underway again. Fine here, Tammy Sue. Great. I think most people are saying yes, so welcome. We're at Cavy Central. We've got our adoption day going on, and we're about to see Xander as a first piggy. Actually, I think we've got a surrender happening at the moment too. So I'll leave you there for a moment. Hello. So you're surrendering piggies, is that right? You're bringing in. Yes, you're the one piggy. Okay. Let me just take down her details because we've got her booked in. And check we've got everything. Very beautiful piggy. Sorry? Very beautiful piggy. She's a lovely piggy. How long have you had her? 6 months or more, I think. Yeah. So what is her name? She's in my high. Asal. Asal. Honey. Honey. Asal, which means honey. Honey. Yeah. Why? Right. Now, what was your name that you contacted me for the surrender? Huda. Huda. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. And how old is she? You think 8 months old? Yeah, I'm not sure. So 8 months. How long have you had her? 6 months. You've had her 6 months. Did you get her as a baby? Or this size? Has she grown? Yeah, grown. She has grown. Okay. So. Okay. Can I get you to write down your mobile there because I don't want it reading out over the internet? Can you just write down your mobile number for me there? Then if I have questions, I can contact you after because we've got the surrender information handed in. We'll do with Xander next. That's awesome. Now, do you want to keep your carrier? Yeah. Yes? Good. Do you want to keep your carrier with you? No. Or it can stay like that? Okay. So we'll just say, that's okay? All right. We're going to do a health check with her. Okay. No problem. Thank you. Oh, no, that's okay. That'll be fine. We'll leave that and we'll do a health check with her. So no problem. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, the other one's in there. Oh, okay. So you've not got them together. Okay. These are 2 boys, aren't they? Yeah. They're girls. Yeah. Okay. You don't have them together? They're not? No, because this one is little and this one older, so they're fighting. Oh, so you had issues with them. Let's just bring them over here. Let's have a look. Okay. Let's have a look. Let's just confirm what we have. You got some grass. Awesome. Well done. We love that. We love that. Come here. This little one is indeed a girl. Okay. Hello. So this is Honey. Just show. She's just coming into rescue. She's gorgeous. Yeah. You call her Honey, but you call her Asala. I'm just going to write that down.
You're right.
But honey, all right.
Asal.
Asal. Okay.
Yeah, asal. That's Persian name or Arabic name.
Oh, right. Okay. And then this is the little one. Let's have a look in here. So, this little one in here. Asal. So the other one, what did you call her? Did you have a name for this one? Anab. Anab. And Anab. So
Anab meaning grape.
and so what does Anab mean?
Grape.
Grape. She must be little. Okay, let's have a look. Hello. Okay. And so why are you surrendering them? Are you frightened of them? Or you're frightened of them? Okay. All right. So she's only little. She's a baby. She's a baby. She is a girl. Yeah, so she's only little. She's probably about 4 months old. So looking at her as an estimate. So yeah. Okay. We'll put you in there. So we'll give them a health check after. We're just going to pop them aside for now. So that is okay. If you have questions, you can come back to me and ask later, and I can update you. But they'll come in. We'll do health checks with them and check them over, and we'll find them friends. Make sure they're okay together. All of that. Okay. It will be fine. No problem. It's what we do here. So that's great. I will leave them there. They will be fine. And yeah, reach out to me later. Okay. 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 Hey. So thank you very much. You're welcome to look. That's fine. But we're just going to see Xander. Okay, Xander, come down. Thank you. So we've got lots of comments here.
How long have you been doing this?
For 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, long, long time. So my piggies world still having trouble hearing. Okay. Okay.
Thank you very much.
It is a pleasure. Take care. Bye bye. I am going to see if the microphone makes it a bit better. Sorry?
This is completely good. The only thing she can hear is the
I can hear in there. Okay, so I've checked the live stream inside and I can hear really well in there. So if you're having sound problems, I think it's on your machine, but keep popping comments down below. I'm going to come back from time to time and answer any questions down there. Okay? Hi, we've got Xander.
You want to put him out?
Let's have a look at this little guy.
Come, I'll do it.
Okay. This is Xander. So Xander has hurt his toe.
Yeah, we saw some blood in the pen.
Okay.
And I wasn't sure. It was a couple of days ago, and then I
It's
realised.
really bent round, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's that.
It's very swollen. Yeah, I think he's actually caught it and then he's pulled it. definitely he's hurt it. There's a lot of swelling there. It's a sore little toe because he's only young.
Yeah.
Okay. This one. Put his nails back for him.
If you touch, does it matter that they? I just looked at
Then he's almost pulled his nail off. He's definitely broken that little digit.
Oh, he's broken his toe.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, just as we would. And where he's actually almost taken it off is here. The nail is almost coming off. In fact, if it didn't fall off, I'd be surprised. I think it is going to. You can see here, it's actually been taken right out of the...
Oh.
See, there's a little tear.
Oh, yes.
He's actually ripped the whole nail at this point. So it'd be like ripping your fingernail off. It's really, really painful. So yeah, he's just caught it. I know, it's sore, Xander. I'm sorry, I'm just... Yeah, he's giving me little noises, which this is the sore bit. I know. Okay. So what we can do about that, Xander? Just going to see if it is in fact attached. It is. Yeah, he's just lifted out from the top. I'm just going to take the point off those little nails. Just very carefully.
Hands ready to go?
Sorry?
Hands
fancy. She is. She's all ready, yes?
Beautiful.
And she's going to update. Everything's done, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Pam. We'll be in touch later.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so what? Guinea pig digits are a bit like ours in that we don't tend to bandage.
Yeah.
You can wave to everyone up
Wave
here.
to
Do you do this? You can come around here. You can wave to everyone. Like up here. Look.
This is Xander. This is Ian's pet.
This is Ian's pet. Ian, do you want to wave up there? You can say hi. So Xander has virtually torn off his nail out of the bed of his little digit. And paws are a little bit like our fingers in that if we bandage and wrap a hand, we can actually have more accidents like that than if we leave it free. So it's a little bit like that. We have to be really super careful. What we do have to be mindful of is infection, because at that break point that I can see, it's really red and inflamed.
Yes,
and
it was bleeding.
Yeah, the problem is that it's going to continue. So we're going to disinfect that little toe. Just keep a close eye on it. Keep him on substrate that's clean and clear so that he can not get trapped in anything. For example, terry towel and cloth. Little nails can get caught in the little curves of this, whereas fleece doesn't have that. So just being sure that whatever is under him, he cannot catch anything on, because for now he's adjusting to the fact that his little finger's in a different direction, a bit like mine. That's a broken finger when I was very young.
Oh,
I could still move it. So they didn't think it was broken, but it wasn't till years later we discovered it was. so Xander's sort of got a finger like mine.
his toe.
Yeah, but it's his toe. So we're going to disinfect it.
Okay.
And we don't need to do anything more than that. A course of antibiotics for that little area is unnecessary right now.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. So learning options is better.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't splint it.
He seems to be running around, you know, but obviously touching.
Yeah, they adapt really, really well. They do. But, you know, he's got this little digit now, which is that way. Yeah, sore. I know. Can you hear that noise? So, that's the sore bit.
Yeah.
I know it's still a little dry. Yeah, so it's literally like we could put. Yeah, I don't want it. Typically, we don't do that. Yeah, there's no other damage further down in the foot. It's all very isolated to the top section. So we really want that swelling to come down a bit and settle. And as the nail decides to either drop off, or it seems to be attached fully at the bottom, the underside.
Right.
It's a bit like our nails again. If you have a nasty accident, part could fall off.
Yes.
Part could not. But at the top is where he's got infection. Flowing where it's swollen.
I see it's swollen.
Yeah, it is swollen. Very swollen. This is the noise they make when they're in pain. Can you hear him? You listen when I touch him. It's decided now to stop. He says if we hurt him, I'd rather be silent. But that little that noise, it's like a little cry. It's like, oh, Mum, this is where it hurts.
So you don't cut the toenails?
I have trimmed that back as far as we want to.
That's like our nail there.
Yes.
But you can't cut it back more.
No.
See how it's swollen?
See, it's very swollen. It's almost double the size of a digit.
Yeah.
So he's broken this little one. Where he's hurt, it's right in here at this top joint. So the rest of it is intact and fine. We could, you can. We could put a little bit of a bandage on there. What's the matter? What's the matter? Oh, don't run. Okay. We have a guinea pig out. Everybody be really quiet. No running after him. No, stay. It's okay. It's okay. No chasing guinea pigs. It's all right. We will catch him. It's okay. I want you to sit. Not sure what happened there. Maybe the screens dropped it out. Not sure. Hi, Carolee. Okay, so I'm going to give this little piggy back. We've got a piggy that someone has let go. I'm just going to go and help with that. So I'm going to
Sorry about that screaming, everybody.
That's all right. It actually dropped out at that time, so maybe they didn't hear it. I'm not sure. So we're going to put Xander down very carefully. Where's his carrier? Just in there. Okay. Did you get the other one back? Yeah. Oh, you have. Okay. Oh, okay. We got him. You don't need me. Okay. Right.
It's kind of her greatest fear, losing Chestnut.
Definitely.
She's very attached to them.
Definitely. Never run after them. Just let them hide. And then
is that what you do?
Yeah, and then see where they are and then calmly.
That's an interesting tip, actually. Yeah. Because we're always worried he's going to run away.
No. And they will, out of fear.
Yeah. So hopefully, basically, over time. Oh, yeah, you're pulling it back.
We could actually put a bit of vet wrap on it to keep it in like that.
Okay. To encourage
it's a very hooked nail. I'm just concerned with this one that it will actually catch something even though we've shortened it.
I saw when you put him down, it just went back out again.
It goes straight back out. So we might try and do that, I think. We're going to go with that. We typically don't do it, but we will in this case. So let's do that. You get to hide in there, Xander, for a minute. You're watching and medicating, Carolee. Awesome. Now, this is the tricky bit of toes.
Can you see this little guy? If I tilt you down a bit more, hopefully you can see that a bit better. I'm just going to strap this little toe, simply because the angle of it is really at risk of getting caught anyway. I'm going to get you to hop off there and go around there for me, sweetheart. You need to go around there. That's helping me nice. Yeah, I've just popped him around there for now.
I love your necklace, by the way.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. Optional sign.
Oh, it's beautiful though. It's absolutely handmade, I'd say. Can you see how his little saying, that's what it's look how his little toenails are a bit thicker than it. I can see his penis.
Yeah, you have to be really quiet and stick. So, I know.
We'll translate all that, sort it out.
Can I help at all?
No. I think better on this angle. One lip, Xander. One lip.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have a look and see if they. Snow is. I knew it was something. Very adventurous.
Is that yours?
Now, what I will
Wow,
do is
that's
get
precision.
him to, it is. If you could hand me down here, there's inside my little pink bag of tricks, there's a tape that's a red sticky tape. It's like a red bandage tape on one of those windy rolls. That's it, yeah, that's it. And then we need to snip a bit of that off. Just a thin bit on the end. Yeah, really thin piece. That's it. Yep. And then maybe that in half again. Scissors don't work on that too, hey?
There we go, sorry.
That's all right. No, that's okay. We just need something to stick it down, yeah. And I'll have that little bit, yeah. I'll have the bit in your hand. That's it. That bit. Great.
Can everyone see this?
Okay, all right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put him down on the grass, and I want him to have a bit of quiet time just to see how he's walking and that that's not bothering him because that's strapped in the right position. If we can keep that there, that would be good. Realistically, they can pull that off. It can annoy them,
Yeah.
and he could pull it off. So it's going to be challenging, but it's fixed on there fairly well.
Good.
So let's assess that.
Okay.
Please take him over. Where did we have them at?
Just up there where Eden is.
Yeah, nasty, but when you bundle them up, they're much better.
What's walking up question? Are there
Sorry?
any
Yeah.
defect females in at the moment?
No, we don't have any.
These people have fallen in love with you.
Oh, okay.
But
He's
I'm
gorgeous.
explaining that.
Yeah, we don't at the moment.
Not at the moment.
No, no. We do get them, but no, not at the moment. And the rate of the risk with them is relatively higher compared to that of males having surgery. So yeah, I'm a bit hesitant about having that done. No, he has. He just hasn't found the right one. That's all. Yeah. So yeah. So it's just a matter of finding the right one for him. Yeah.
Are there any other young girls that we could try?
Yes, yeah, there's many other pairs of girls, so we'll bring them out. Let me just finish with
He won't be long.
Chestnut.
This is the one that got away that we heard on the screen. I'll let you take it.
Chestnut, where are you?
He likes to stay in there.
He does. It's nice.
I pulled that off.
Just working with him. They can get their feet caught as well. I always try and work their head round to the front. So if you just work this round to here, then we can actually get a proper hold of it.
He's more feisty.
That's gorgeous.
One thing I'm mindful of is ticks and things like that because they're in the grass all day.
Yeah, look, guinea pigs can get ticks. It's not common, and in Australia we do get, lots of ticks.
Yeah.
But occasionally we get guinea pigs that have ticks, so something to be aware of. Can you tell me out there how the sound is again? Hopefully it's good. It was before. So my piggies will goodbye. Okay, so this is Chestnut. Chestnut is Xander's buddy.
His brother.
His brother.
I can see the difference in tones.
Cute. Yeah, I thought it might. He's whipping around up there. Is it?
Okay.
It's okay. It's all right. We're going to fix that because that nail's loose. That nail is loose.
This is Chestnut. This is yours.
He's going to be all right.
This is the one that escaped because you weren't holding him properly.
Chestnut.
So Lynn was telling us either if they do get away, you just don't panic.
Don't chase them.
Don't chase them.
Just find out where they go. Yeah. And then work from there.
Got him in the corner.
Because they're going to run for cover. Every time they're going to run to hide because they think suddenly they're outside and where can they go? They're going to hide.
Isla loves Chestnut, I think, almost more than Mummy.
Oh, Mummy.
She totally adores Chestnut.
Xander took the plaster off.
We know it.
We know.
She calls him, what do you call him?
Very tip. It's one of the reasons we also.
One thing I saw, do they have nipples? I know that sounds.
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
I was wondering what that
was. Is this your work of art?
They do.
Mum, we'll deal with that later, Mum.
That was blood.
It's not blood.
I thought it was from a distance.
Should we do it with tissue? No?
These little front ones don't need much of all.
No.
Show the back ones. We've just scored. Just wipe his lilies out. Have you done Ivomec on them?
Yes, probably about 6 weeks ago.
Okay.
I've got a little reminder in to do it.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's coming up.
Yep. So I've got some at home, so I can put some on.
Okay. The problem with bandaging with limbs, like in the digits in particular, one is that they can end up with a worse injury. But the other thing is that to anchor it, we anchor it around the heel, and then you can have swelling, which you don't want on any animal, and that can lead to other issues. So it's a bit like bandaging your own foot. If you do it too tight, it's it's uncomfortable.
Yes, you can transfer the injury further down.
Absolutely, becomes another problem. Here we go. You are good. good to go. I'll pop some Ivomec on him now.
Okay.
And in a week, if you just give him a week, like the update,
Yep.
That would be
fine.
Just a question. They go outside in the day and it's in the sunshine, but what temperature is too cold for guinea pigs? Like, because I'm not sure.
During the day, when you're here in Australia, it doesn't really get under about 18. On a really cold, wet day, we could have colder temperatures, and I recommend they should be inside.
Yeah.
But 18 is a really good low to have.
All right.
If they're indoors, a lot of people forget that when they go to bed at night and they've left their guinea pigs, they're inside, technically inside, but they're in like a garage or they're inside somewhere. They go to bed, but temperatures do drop, and inside a house it plummets as well. So you can actually get just a couple of degrees higher than what's outside in those locations. And people tend to think, oh, we're fine inside, but they're wrapped up in a cozy bed. The guinea pigs aren't. So, just being mindful of temperatures, all around is a good idea. But under 18, you just give them more to snuggle into, more to do.
Yes. They've got their snuggle. Blueberries.
These boys have got lots of things. So we pop him back in there?
Yes. His blueberry and strawberry.
We better go and have Xander back again.
All right.
I think I'll give you
I'll grab Xander.
this little fellow. Let's try Xander again.
These are for you, by the way.
Oh, aren't you
That's
sweet?
all I've got going.
Oh, thank you. They're beautiful. Look at those. They're just gorgeous.
Well, you're very good giving up your
Here.
time and expertise
it's
to
a big
deal with
thing.
people like my daughter.
Well, it's good to help these small animals. So we've had lots come in this morning already. Really interesting cases here. We've got a big, massive abscess we need to deal with, one that's nearly as big as her head. So lots of things to deal with yet. Yeah. So who have we got on there? Pee-wee Docs. Hello. Maryland, USA. Hi, Marsha. Oh, thank you very much, Pee-wee Docs. Thank you for your support. Tammy, hi. I'm just having a quick run through the questions. Brisbane, South Side, and I can't see the rest of it. I think it must be guinea pig something. Sounds great. I'm glad you're all hearing me. Excellent. Hi, Grace. Hi, Heather. I keep coming back to the area over here. Miss Guinea Pigs are us. Hello. Just coming over here for questions. So if you do have some, pop them back down and we can see. We're going back to Xander now. We actually have a guinea pig here called Houdini, Caroline, who has come into through the pound, and they named him Houdini. I think I've said hi to most people there. Sorry, I'm just whizzing through the comments. So if you do have comments, pop them down below and I'll come back to the questions that you've got. Hi, Sharon. Yes, you've got 2 people from Maryland in the USA watching. Small world. Okay. Xander has come back. Let's have a look. Xander. Yeah. Look on your phone, see if you can see the Facebook feed. I don't know why that dropped out. It shouldn't drop out, but it did. We're still here. Yep, there you go. That's it. Because we're streaming from the phone to the computer, if I drop out, I'll be right back because the feed is being kept by the computer. So just give me a second, I'll rejoin you. Okay, so we've got Xander. And for those of you that are joining us, Xander has hurt his toe. You can see how bent it is here. This little digit, he's twisted it, and in fact the nail is actually dislodged right at the top. So we've cleaned that nail bed up, but what we want to do is try and look at a way of stabilizing it to maybe get a better angle on that digit. Otherwise, it's going to continue to get caught long term. And we did one little bandage, but you've come straight out of it, haven't you? So we'll have to be more clever. you down here for a minute. You can hide there. Smaller, so I'm just creating a little suitable bandage for him that we need. Let's go again, Xander. We're going to need another little bit of the tape over. Oops, sorry, over there.
A little slither.
Yes, please. We have that ready. Xander,
We're going to get you in the right position here.
so I can just work with that foot. Okay, hold on. Doing well here. Here's the noise. This is the noise we're talking about, the worried noise. Just strapping that to the right angle. No. It's a bit uncomfortable, but it's going to be so much better. Hold on. He's trying his very best. This one.
Yeah, it's really small.
I know it's just your foot. I know. I'm going to fix that. Not let me see. In. Here's a bit.
Can I hold him while you?
It's actually easier this way. It looks more awkward to you, but it's actually easier because if he's being held by someone else, I can't feel the pressure on. I don't want this little foot to get more compromised, but I can feel how he's pulling in against me and make sure it's the right. If that makes sense.
Yes.
I can let go when I need to. I don't want you to hurt it. The idea is to fix you. Yeah. Hold on, little fella. Going to do. Yes. What we need to do this way, we're going to do it differently. We're going to, I can have you hold him at this stage while I cut that one because I know what I need. Just if you hold him like that with that foot out, like that, that's great. Yep. You can keep him with you for a minute. Cut an ankle.
No, we don't. Just leave him.
I'm just going to do an ankle cover. We've spoken about different cuts and methods for bracing before. Put in the comments if you're interested in learning what I'm doing with this, so you know what angles I'm prepping for. So, there. Now, ready for tape? Okay, now a little bit of tape.
Are those wheat seeds just in the shelter?
No, I actually don't know. I'll have to go and hunt for them. I'm not sure where I've left them.
Marianne would like to go, but she really wants
okay.
some seeds.
Right.
But you're busy with it.
Yeah, I'll be a couple of minutes.
That's fine.
Do you need any more? I think it may not be. Yeah, I think you get the long thing one. So I want one to sort of go over that area there.
Oh, the scissors are just.
Oh, sorry. There.
Yeah.
Is it in there? If I hold it for you?
It's all right.
That's it, yeah, one of those. It's got a black handled pair, and I don't know if I've done anything out there. It ripped off. Okay. Yes. And that is ankle strapped. So we're going to see, Xander, how you go this time.
Like a little plaster.
So it is. It's.
I mean,
got the right angle so he can still move properly, but because he wants to run around, he's really going to. That's where we need to keep him quiet and calm, where he can just sit and eat. If he can just sit and eat for a couple of days. So is this his carrier here?
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to sit him in this.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So he's in here, and then let's just observe him. How he goes. Can you just undo those handles for me, please? Let's just watch you observe in there, and I'll come back and check in with you.
Thank you.
All right. Hopefully, that's a bit more successful.
Thank you. And here's some hay. I don't know.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, good boy, Ian.
Oh, thank you, Ian. That's wonderful. Yeah.
Ian,
just see him. Just leave him up there. Observe him for a little bit. If we need to do it again, we will.
Okay.
The thing with that wrap is swelling above the ankle getting bigger.
Yes.
So if it does, we're just going to have to take it off.
Okay.
So, but I'm hoping that will stay settled now. So we just need him to get used to it for a little bit, half an hour or so, but keep him quiet for a few days.
Yes.
And yeah, hopefully that'll give him a bit of support. Yeah.
And keep him in his hutch, because normally they're in the hutch at night, and then we take him out to play outside with grass. So maybe I'll just keep him in the hutch for a few days.
And just take him food in there.
Yeah,
so
I'll take some grass.
Yeah. Or if the area that he's got outside can be made a little bit smaller, so, or under a hidey, so he just wants to stay under a hidey, that can be a bit better. So you just want to accommodate him, just not walking on it as much.
Yes.
We can't, pin animals down, but we can sort of reduce their movement.
Just for a few days.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lynn. We'll see how he
goes.
goes.
See how he goes up there, and I'll check the flowers
you.
too. They're beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers, Sonia. Hi. You need
Shiro
seeds?
and Yuki.
Oh, okay. Get them out?
Okay.
Seeds. Done. Okay. All right. Facebook, we'll be right back. You can pop your questions in down below. Thank you, Pee-wee dogs. We've got some very big cases to deal with this afternoon, so stay tuned.
I'll just put this one over near the other, not right next to it.
Just so with the other surrenders? Yeah, we've got those girls.
I'm glad you're pretty down. The toy that was
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've got two pairs. What is the size actually? They're not.
I've got a 2x4, but it's like, what is it, like 1.35 meters wide, 8 meters in, but yeah. No, not 8, like 8, yeah. Like that's wide, and then it's length. Yeah. But we want to live in more than minimum sort of thing, and that's why if I went to go for it, I feel like I would rather have a bigger space to myself. So I was like, I'll let them.
hopefully my husband's picking up my.
Ian, would you get out for it?
My little one's a YouTube.
Oh really?
She put up a video 3 weeks ago. Oh, that's what they've done.
Oh wow.
The video. I'm amazing.
One and only.
Good morning. Lynn's trying to get Yuri and
Yuki and
three houses that way. Didn't know that in yeah. Yeah, says I'm not sure of. Oh, okay. I'll match it. Yeah, and again, it's not back when stuff.
Area, and we'll go get the others. Thank you, gorgeous. Yes, gorgeous. Shiro and Yuki will be as in love with. They're beautiful. And we've actually got a third one, Hal, who's in there, but Hal is definitely nothing. So he's the practical to check. But
Do they have pink eyes? Because we have an issue with pink eyes. Okay.
Well, there's no point getting them out. The little three in there, definitely, they can go dark. Dark eyes. Yeah, she's cute. Yeah, you can try her on a list together with another girl. Like, you have to become another team. Is that what you mean? Yeah, but there's another two little ones that are in there.
Oh, yeah. Whatever you're willing to. Yeah, of course. I got all that time.
Right, okay, interesting. We've seen her though. Oh, okay, yeah. But it doesn't cause any. It was about 6 weeks ago. So have you been alone this entire time then?
He's in proximity to them, yeah.
So you're still
Oh, do we still have to social distance?
Yeah, we do. Okay, so I don't know why we keep dropping out, guys, but we're back. So I think we dropped out for a few minutes while I was in. So yeah, we keep coming back. Carolee, I'll have to work out why it's happening. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's something to do with the mobile dropping the stream. Not sure. But anyway, welcome back, everyone. So, right, we are going to continue on. So, Mary Ellen, you're going now? Yes?
Yeah, whenever it's
right, okay. I don't know where those seeds are. I'm trying to think of it. Okay. We've got a lot of piggies to see.
Yeah.
How many have you got with you?
Well, I've actually got 5 because the 2 that just came back in from being adopted out,
Okay.
they're only adopted out just over 2 months. They're covered in piss and shit and potential bumblefoot.
Okay, you are on live stream, so you need to watch language.
Yep, so
okay. Can you go and get them? We'll start with those 5 and we'll go through and do a health check. So, what's happening now? I'll just move this up again. What's happening? Hi, everyone. What's happening now is we've got 5 piggies that have come back down to Pocket Pet Sanctuary and they've come here. We're going to do a bit of a health check and see what's going on. So they've got some questions about guinea pigs. So there's about 5 of them going through. So stay tuned and you can watch along with me.
So this is you have met this pair before.
Okay.
The girl's not as bad as the boy. They are quite calm. They'll potentially need bathing.
So they've been on care, have they?
They were adopted out and they got surrendered back.
It's a mess.
Yeah, wait till you see the underneath.
It's a mess.
She's actually the less covered out of the 2 of them.
Yeah.
But I am worried about bumblefoot with both.
She's certainly been in the dirt. Look at that dirty face.
She's the one who had the overly enlarged lymph nodes when she first came into care and at risk of cancer.
Yeah.
But they, for their cage, it was a CNC, but they had, but they had like shower curtain type material down on top of the towels, so it didn't really go through.
Okay.
And that's why they are as they are.
Yeah, you don't have a risk of bumblefoot with them. The pads are a bit sore, but if they get onto substrate that's good right now.
Yep.
She's filthy.
Yeah, he's worse.
What have you got in the carrier?
Fabric.
Fabric in there? So do you want me to
fully
bath
clean
here?
Yes, that's okay.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, the nose is really crusty and I know she doesn't like having her nose fiddled with by me at least. Couldn't see any fungal sign, but
She got something stuck in there, probably boy glue. Has she been with boys at all?
they're both desexed. So
Okay.
male and female.
So, okay. That looks like boy glue on her nose.
Yeah. He doesn't usually when they both were in care with me, he wouldn't bother her at all.
Yeah, he's got more mild fungal, but yeah, that looks more like boy glue that's stuck to the nose that has come off. Yeah. And she's obviously been in wet conditions because her tail end here is really wet and mucky as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's pop her back. Who else have we got? We've got some bathing happening.
Her boyfriend is the one that's a bit more messy.
Trying to pop them under a lid so it's easier to get them. You want them under a little lid or it's okay?
Oh, these guys are really calm.
You're all right?
Yeah, they won't make a bolt.
So this is D6 male?
Yep.
Yeah,
his tail end is a lot worse and his belly.
So the family surrendered them back to you, did they?
Yes.
How long did they have them?
About 2 months and 3 weeks.
Not long.
They were mite treated before they went to the family, but
Cauliflower doodah.
that's the sheath always goes like that.
No, he's got a cauliflower doodah. Very different. Call it cauliflower doodah. It looks like a cauliflower. That's right. We'll give him a bath as well. Okay.
His feet were okay?
Yep. Yeah, once they go on substrate, good substrate, they'll be fine.
Can I borrow some gloves? Because these guys are still...
Are they messy?
No, they're still under quarantine.
Okay.
Because I had
What's wrong with them?
I had the double toxic shock episode, like the toxins on the hay, and then both the company and a local vet said that F10 shampoo was safe to use instead of Malaseb, which has affected these guys. Like this male, first male is not too bad, but the next
How's
two
it affected them?
males,
Do you want me to peek in there first? Because we might do the bathing on the others first. If that's okay.
he's
Is it him?
he's good. It's the other boy and the other
It's all
one.
right.
I just want to make sure that even at home I've touched my toes with gloves. And he's got
All right, let's just get bathing. Okay. Let's get some bathing happening. So we'll bath that pair first. Yep. And then we'll do the other three. One at a time. I'll just go and get everything set up. Suzanne's just running someone to the station. Oh, the train though? Yes, just straight up the highway. And there's a parking bay. As you go, under the overhead bridge from out to Ringai. Warara is the next one. That's on the right hand side. You've got a parking bay. You can sort of, oh no, you don't. You turn, yeah, as you go over an overhead bridge, there's two of them. This one here, and then one at Warara. So it'll turn right. Okay. The station's on the right hand side. You sort of have to go across to the right on the highway. You'll see it.
Oh, okay.
It's a little station, old station house. That's where it is.
Did you hear that as well? You're the station for Raura.
So as you go past the turn for Raura to the left, you keep going. Go through, just keep going, and you sort of leave Raura, and then you've got the station on the right.
Okay.
So you'll see it. You'll see it.
There's one. Like it's a piggies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is vicious.
They're a ball cloth. He's like, no, but it's I can hide here.
Yeah.
Just waiting to be done. Let's put this in.
Yeah, they're all actually sorry, not greyish and yeah, the two guys.
Harley and Lewis, the two with that poopy. Grab you first, because you're not going to make the water as messy. But yeah, her lymph nodes when she first came in were about 4 times that size that they are now.
Okay.
She was,
Well, they're cranky in there. It's just a small space. Yeah.
the vet said she was at risk of getting cancer with how large they were if they didn't come down.
Yeah. I've never known that to happen. Here we go. Let's go in here. This one got a name?
Harley.
Harley. A lot of urine scalding through there. Okay. Do.
Yeah. As I said, that's the bit she really does not like.
I'm just going to do this. There we go. That's the wax paper. You're going to feel so much better. I know. And put your paws in there. You can see the water turning really yellow. This is just urine in her coat. So I'll tip it up so you can see. You see that? How yellow it is? But that's urine. Urine staining. Hello, gorgeous. I know, you've been peed on. It's okay. Poop and pee. Good girl. Oh no, this is unfair, isn't it?
Oh, hello, little
Archies.
He's like, what's that atrocious noise?
Somebody wants to scream in here. I know, I'm sorry. It's a nice temperature, but you're turning everything golden yellow.
Yeah.
You okay?
He's all hair.
He's a hair. They visit whenever we're out here. Yeah. He brought another rabbit with him the other day. So, yeah, there's 3 of them.
So he's a rabbit and not a hare?
No, he's a hare. He's a hare, yeah. But he brought a rabbit with him.
Oh, gosh.
He's somewhere in the neighbourhood, there's a rabbit. So we've trapped him and I've got to put him, I'm going to take him down and get him checked tomorrow. And we'll put something up on the Facebook page so everyone can see as well. Let me get this to feel a lot better. She's starting to groom herself.
Yep.
She'll feel a lot better. Okay. Actually, I'm going to keep it for you. Oh no, we use that. Okay. Give her a little nurse in it. There we go. You dry her off in that.
Yep. Yeah.
Just breathe in.
You're right.
Yeah, when I get dehydrated, I can
We'll get you on
breathe
the
in
grass after this,
anything.
baby girl.
Set me off. Now, right, who have we got next?
Lewis. Buddy boy.
I'm here, Lewis. All right.
Yeah, the one with the bit, he's a bit messier.
He's all right. We'll sort him out. Some piggies way worse.
Yeah. Oh, there's how
I've just got to come back to her in a minute. You dry her off as much as you can.
Yeah.
Come back and
oh, I know.
look at on you. Look at
Just a question.
Yep.
This one, it can like consist of things like.
Who's this one? Who's this one?
Oh.
I don't know who you're talking about. Oh, little girl?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the mama, is it?
She's just consistently vibrating.
Yeah.
Is she alright?
Yeah, that can be a way that they talk to you.
Yeah,
Oh.
purring.
I was like, please tell me you can do something.
No. No. That's Mama, Mrs. T.
Oh, that's right.
She's called.
I forgot all the names almost instantly.
I know.
1, 2, 3, 4,
People
5.
say, how do you remember hundreds? It's like,
You just do it.
Some of them are easier to remember than others.
And over the years as well, like you always get more and more. Sometimes you can get a year piggies out of a few years back on.
I do remember this. This urine scald that's happened under here is going to take time for the fur to grow back, and he also needs to be kept on completely clean substrate.
Yep.
Oh, let's see. Okay, now this is magma that's built up everywhere. It's going to use a little. Let's take care of this first. So this is encased in smegma. Wait, I know, little fella. It's not nice.
And yeah, that shows as well that even D-sex males can still get build up.
Of course, any can. Yeah. I've got to check them, but there's a video that I've just put out on when to check them, and I probably didn't explain that there and then really carefully, but you can actually tell when that area is risen up down through here, and that's when you need to intervene with him. Most definitely. Let's just clean the dry as well. Oh no, I'm sorry. It came out quick.
And that's potentially just because he's been living in the dirty cage.
Yeah, he's a bit sore down there because of the urine.
Yeah.
Like urine scald that he's
he has gotten blocked up in the past, so he's always, like before being adopted, but he's always been easy and gentle and not hurting. Yeah. I can pop, if you want her back.
I need to lift your carrier off because it's on my black tub, which I need. Thanks. And I need to access this. You can go in this, and I'll swap you. I'll have her back again.
Well, she's fairly dry now.
So you go in there. I'll just swap you towels.
Yes, I'm going to give you a little bit of a wipe down, Harley. I mean, Lewis.
It's a very big towel.
Yes. I'll be weighing both of these when I get them back as well to see if they've put on or lost.
Well,
they both used to be quite hefty.
Yeah, it's like you've just got to rehab them, and they've been in the wet, which is, you know, when guinea pigs get wet or outside. Hey, darling. We're on live stream. We are. How'd you go?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good boy, Harley Bun. I mean, Lewis. Whoops. Not really.
Behaviour. There is. They both go through hormonal windows, and for males that's generally about 6 months to 2 years of age. Sometimes a bit before, sometimes a bit after, depends on the male. They will all, both girls and boys, will fight over a lack of space or a lack of food. So you hear people talking about, you know, boys, you know, fighting, but actually boys and girls will fight over those things. But in the instance of girls being present near boys or the scent of them, it can, when they're in that hormonal window, really unsettle them, and that can cause issues. So the simple thing is not to have girls around.
So if basically there's not going to be, you know, it's not easier to have a pair of girls compared to a pair of boys.
No, not at all.
It just boils down to the guinea pigs, really.
Boys are more vocal generally, but you can also, like, there's exceptions to everything. Yes. But boys, as a rule, are more vocal. They tend, I wouldn't say tend to be larger, because we get that occurring with some pretty big girls. It's more down to genetics than anything. Hey,
Like these two are actually a bit of an example of that because Harley is slightly bigger than Lewis.
Yeah.
And she's a girl.
She's a girl.
He's a boy.
Yeah.
Plus, she's also been more vocal. She was screaming her lungs out when she was getting bathed, but Lewis was just like, this is cool. And if you get treats around Harley,
because we were worried about, we've got an apartment, so we were looking at girls specifically only for the reason that we were worried that males smelt more than the females do.
No,
Not at all.
The only time I've really had boys smell more than girls is like when, like at least with me.
All right.
I'm not saying
She
it's just
is,
when they've had a
sorry, she is clean.
Yep.
But what you need to be aware of there is the urine stool that's here. It's still very faint, but that will go as her coat grows.
Yep.
So there's not a lot we can do about that. She had such a lot on her.
Yeah, they both did.
But yeah, she's nice and clean now, which is good. So you've got a cloth area for them to go into?
Yeah, I'm not going to have them on the same as the others.
Okay. She can go back into that. There you go.
Yep, she'll walk in.
Okay. Now, do his ears. That's it, and then we'll do the others.
Yep. The only time I have to do male female smell is dry. Person doesn't agree with them.
And then I'll be very vote if they are.
What was I got in that carrier by himself? Yeah. He would just flat out go for other males.
He said, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, but he's got to the stage where he's only these two boys that I've got in here. He's okay with them, like it'll be saying he's been nicking them, but that's because he's been upset.
Right.
That's all it is.
So is it because he's been around them maybe for a longer duration of time?
He's not happy with the cage.
Oh.
I moved him to a different cage. He's not happy with it, so he's been nicking her.
So he's just unhappy with the environment.
Yeah. That's all it is with him. He's been unhappy with the environment, so for their sakes, he's had to be split. So they do have some minor bites.
All right, do you want to take this one back?
Pretty much, yeah. Like as
And
soon as I
then-
move them.
It's not like one of those things where you take them home, they seem to get
that
along,
one.
and then all of a
Let's
sudden,
get the next one.
Yeah, some males, it takes them a bit because they're still settling into a new environment, and so they can be calm for that period.
Have you nursed all of those there?
yeah, we've done all of the ones in the cage aside from the males.
Yeah. Okay.
And I did this little orange guy here as well.
Oh, the little girl.
Sorry.
Yeah, she's a girl. They're all girls in there. And what do you think of those?
We only were really taken with that first female that we found when I was a little white one.
Oh, okay, with the black eyes.
Yeah, she's very sweet.
Yeah.
But I'm really obsessed with this.
Yeah.
If there's any chance that we can find a buddy for him, I'll
I
happily.
was going to say,
Yeah.
these two that are next to each other right here that we can see,
Yeah, we
have
can.
you put them in an environment together before?
No, not yet. And that little fellow was found dumped under a car
Yeah, because
in Randwick. Yeah.
he's lovely.
He's really friendly.
Yeah,
He's
and
actually a
so
good
is
one
that
to try. So give me a few minutes to
No,
try them.
also,
Yeah, happy to do that. Yeah.
You can try it whenever you're ready, though.
No, that's all good.
This point has bitten before and drawn blood. But yeah, no, just giving the heads up because I know you are good with them, but yeah, he's out of the three older boys that had the
All right, just real quiet for me while I get him up. So one thing they really respond to is just being quiet. And out here, we had sirens go up the road, and there they go. All of it can panic them a little bit. He's not going to bite anyone.
the only reason he did it last time was he got spooked.
Let's look at this little scent gland there. This is an older boy. What's his age?
He's about 2.5, 3 years. He came from the same place as Harley and Lewis.
This is a good example to show everyone watching when to check a boy. So you'll hear all the time when people say, oh, you've got to check and push everything out, poke everything. You don't have to. You have to check to know when to do that. Now with him, we look at this area down here, you'll notice from the front down, there's this little lump here in this region. When that occurs, and it's not his pee-pee, this is actually normally a straight, smooth layer of skin, but you can actually feel there's a lump here. So I am going to check this out. And that's because there's a pile of smegma there, which we can see. And it's right where the lump is. So we now know to take that off.
He was cleaned of smegma. He'd had the same amount about 4 days ago.
Yeah.
Because he's just been a bit under the weather.
That's all right.
So when they're under the weather, it can build up a bit easier.
He's had impaction there in the past.
That was, I was battling impaction with most of the boys after the dodgy hay bale.
Yeah.
It was literally every 3 days they would get the smegma on the peenie and poop in the sack. The older boys like him were worse affected than the younger ones. And that's why I'm not having these guys up for adoption for quite a while yet.
This little guy to me looks frail.
Now?
Yes, please. In here. The weather that we've had with it being really cold and getting wet, pigs cannot survive well in that at all.
And on that note as well, he only just finished, 3 days ago, he just finished a 2-week course of antibiotics for respiratory infection. He came down quite hard with that, but he's had a triple hitter, unfortunately.
Yeah, he does not look well.
And he has been kept in a warm environment, but his whole system's still in a bit of shock. Until I know everyone's 100% better.
Well, they have to be 100% to find homes.
Yeah.
So that's standard.
Rescue protocol and that. Yeah. And even after they look 100%, I'll probably still wait even longer.
Where did this one come from?
Same place as Harley and Lewis, living mainly indoors, on fancy bedding. He was spoiled. He was spoiled. Always had fresh available at every time.
Don't be one of those bricks underneath it. See them? Might collapse on you. Okay, there we go. That little fella. So I'll manage and get those.
I could only guess at his age. I do not know for certain.
His hair's been regrowing or been barbered or something?
No, what happened?
Naked. Really bad. What happened here? He's had mites. That's mites.
When he got treated with the shampoo that I told you about, he pretty much about 3 days after that, his hair was just gone and he had red sore scabs on it.
Now this is what we class as mange though. Yeah. That he's had, which is mites and fungal.
Yeah, I think the shampoo, like.
What have you done, Revolution or Ivermectin?
I have actually been a little bit scared to treat him at the moment because he wasn't able to walk until yesterday, like not walk properly. So I just wanted to get him to have a bit more stability before actually having that treatment.
It's interesting point though with animal shampoos. A lot of people talk about them and say, "Oh, just get this one, get that one," without recognizing that some shampoos really do cause damage. And we've had in the past guinea pigs come in, this is years ago, but one was actually a dog shampoo and it had burnt the skin of the guinea pig and the hair follicles didn't return. So she had a patch of non-hair growth.
That's potentially what has happened to him because of the
He's really blocked up here as well. Look at the big lump that's there.
And that was only cleaned yesterday afternoon.
He's really frail. He's underweight. He's got a lot of issues, this boy.
When he came in as well, he was only 350 grams. And he's been here.
But you've brought them down here. What is it you'd want me to do with them?
I just don't know for sure what that belly is or if he is stable enough to treat.
It's mites, and I'd definitely be treating with anti-parasitic immediately. He's got stuff here. Let's just look.
Like all of this has, I had, like nothing can be proven because bloods and autopsy all came back clear. But the only things that changed were I got hay from a particular place, so potentially had mold spores that we couldn't see or smell because it was railed directly after the rainstorm. And then after it was a few weeks after, because they were showing the mange and fungal signs, I used a different shampoo to Maliseb, which I now.
Which one did you use?
The F10. My local vet actually ran the company, and the company told that vet, like the vet said to me, the company told them it was safe to use on small animals, even though there's been such a terrible reaction. And I am, absolutely. And it's been really bad for me.
Yeah. With cases?
Yeah, because I had, like, from the hay, I had multiple deaths.
Yep.
And then after the shampoo was used, there was deaths once again. And I've basically just been honestly scared to do too much because they've gotten so frail from.
Well, with him, he's depleted nutritionally. So he needs to have access to critical care.
Yep.
I'd be giving him increased vitamin C.
Yeah,
you would be definitely ivermectin him. We'll do it right now, but that needs to be followed up in a week's time.
Yep.
They need to have warmth with them and kept absolutely dry at all times. And I'd get them back to a very stable diet of a good hay, good bedding, and a good pellet.
Yep.
Outside of that, I'd keep their food limited to very non-runny poo-causing foods.
Yeah.
Your carrots, even kale once every 4 days, fantastic. Some of your green veg, a little bit of grass, but when we look at grasses, there's a whole discussion we can have around that, but ones that don't have a high moisture content, that are highly nutritional.
The interesting thing was when he wasn't getting grass daily, he was actually blocking up a lot more.
Yeah. Grass is the best thing they can have.
Yeah. But where he came from, he was basically kept in the top half of one of those small two-story hutches on sugarcane mulch that wasn't often cleaned, and
sugarcane really ferments fast.
And being fed birds
and high fungal.
Yeah. So he didn't come from the best of place, and
it's going to take time to. When we get animals like this, we rehab them, and it takes months sometimes to really get their bacteria back to where it needs to be.
He took months to come reasonably good, but then just what happened with the hay and that immediately sent him back to square one. Small
He's
little
not a
things
well
control it.
fellow. Not a well fellow.
How old do you think he might be? 'Cause
I don't put him that old, actually. I think age-wise, he looks older than he actually is. I'd put him at around a year.
okay.
Yeah.
Because
All of his digits are straight and neat and tiny,
Yep.
but he's suffered badly
Yeah.
with, with mange, with his hair loss that's there. He's really had a rough time.
Even when both of them came in, because there was a second boy with him, but the second boy was in a much worse state, and with the trip down was too much for him because they came from up there.
I'm going to hand him back, dry him off, and then we'll do overmec for him after. Yeah, he can go back. Garchi wants to go with you. We'll jump over to the questions and see what we've got happening over there. So, here we are. She's still here. Tashan's name was Jakey. Awesome. Jen Starling, Lynn, yes, come on down, Jenny. If you can hear this, come on down, no problem. We're going to be here for a while. We've got lots to do. Yeah. Pop your questions in, guys. Now, that one back to you. Let's have the last one. Oh, still nice and warm. This guy here? Yep. He is on the left side completely blind. Once again, he suffered from shampoo. Okay. I don't believe it is the shampoo. No? And I'll tell you why. It's because it's not all over them. It's on their underside, it's typical mange position. If it was shampoo on them, it would affect all the hair.
The reason
that's okay.
That's literally the only thing that changed.
They've got terrible mites and fungal in here. Look at this. I know, brother. See in here? Look at all the bite scratch moves in here. See that?
That's from Wallace.
That's well, it's not good. That's he's in pain through there. Yeah, this is all this. We're going to Malsep him. We do the same. Treatment's the same. So this is. I know, Baba. Let's see. He's a D-sex male.
Yes, they are.
This is the big one. That's the bigger Archie. Yeah, they've swapped over. So
that must be. That was that check. It has been on medication for 3 weeks.
Yeah, he's got really bad fungal through his ears. This little fella.
It must have come in on that check.
No, fungal is caused by vegetation breaking down. So when they stand on anything that is vegetable based, hay, grass, vegetable food, within 24 hours, if it's damp, it starts to break down. And that's what causes fungal. Because and when we look at fungal spores, there are hundreds and hundreds of different types of fungal spores within different plants. So if you've got an animal on, for example, hay, and another one on, a straw or a pea stuff, or they all have different variants of fungal within them that take hold and they thrive. I'm sorry, you're going to feel so much better in a minute, little guy. He's not good.
Shaving.
Yeah.
In a 3 meter by 1 inch.
Yeah. Keep playing with the bell down there. It's so cute. It's a toy. It's got a massive abscess we need to deal with.
The only hay that they really left on the ground that went messy was not too much where everything kicked off.
Yeah. look, we've had a lot of damp, wet conditions. When you get damp and you get them urinating on their substrate. I know, sweet pie. I'm sorry.
The substrate that's in the cave is usually about 5-6 inches deep. It goes through more.
You can see the smegma it's stuck. Suzanne, if you'd like to trial him, oh, you're doing it in there? Oh, great, okay. Excellent. Well done. You're way in front. That's awesome. 18. Okay, all right. He's actually more of a display than he is action guinea pig from what I've seen. He hasn't been here that long, about 3 weeks. But yeah, he's more frightened than he's not wanting to engage. Yeah, they're one of two. Yeah, I know, sweet.
With the fresh as well, but basically most of the time it's captured and it's gone by the morning.
Yeah.
They never have any leftovers.
Yeah, that's good. Capsicum's great for them. Yeah, but they're not, like, he's underweight. He's
I've actually
definitely got bite marks. He's been picked on.
Yeah,
but although he's got mites, so I'd be looking at, because they were very calm there together, I'd be keeping them together. They're in a really great situation. I think they're fine.
These two are. It's just Wallace, the single boy. But even when he first came into care, he'd always like snuggle up to one of the others, and then all of a sudden whip around and nip them on the butt.
Yeah.
I caught him doing that on the drive over. Like, he was in the same cage as them until he displayed that behaviour, and I just went, "You're going to be split." And once he gets clean bill of health, he will most likely go with someone who has a female, because every single male who's been around him has had the same behaviour.
Yeah.
They haven't started it. He's just looked up to them and then.
He's got very badly beaten ears, this little guy. He looks familiar to me.
Tyree.
Oh, he's from Tyree.
He is the last remaining Tyree boy I have.
He's still from Tyree.
Yep, he's been in care that long. No adoption interest. And I had to, ow! Water! I got distracted.
These boys have got to be kept inside.
Yeah.
They've got to have a heat source. They've got to have nutritional care.
Yeah. The diet that I mainly feed is the Cavy origins pellets, oat and hay, and
in all honesty, the pellets, look, we do a lot of work with pellets, and pellets represent a tablespoon of their dietary intake, which when you consider children today and how they might have chips, crackers, everything else, not that guinea pigs are like children, but there's a level of I guess it's such a tiny amount in the way it contributes to their diet that whether you argue whether it's Oxbow or Cavy origins is really neither here nor there, because some of them slightly higher in calcium, some of them slightly, we go for a broad-based, affordable pellet, and it depends where we actually go to which livestock feed place as to what we've got. Right now, Hubble Barn, we have their awesome mix, which is really, really good. A little plug for them if you're out in New Penrith, it's fantastic. But Yeah, pellets are like they're the minimum amount of that's the least of the things I would be worried about, unless it was birdseed, because then it's an
They don't
absolute no.
really eat much pellets
Yeah.
anyway as well.
Okay.
Like they have it,
Yeah.
but they go for the hay.
But these guys have had such he's got such torn ears. He's really been picked on. This guy has really had a sad time.
Yeah, he did come in with early 20s
From the rescue. Yeah, and that was a hard rescue too.
And it was the same with Porter here. Like
Yeah.
he came in with white wounds. Like
Yeah.
the nips on his ears are because they tried to introduce him and the other male.
Oh yeah, we often get them in, but he's somewhere in his past he's had a really bad time. His ears are really badly beaten. Little fella.
Well, those Harry. I hope I never have to help out. Like I do and I don't. I hope I have to help with another one like that.
Yeah.
That was truly scary. But
yeah. Okay, so there we go. Have we bathed all of them? Yep. Well done. Okay, so these little guys, let's put them warm. Do you want to pop them back in bed with these pots? We'll pull the pots out at the last minute. We can snuggle in under them. Just so they've got something under them. So give him a bit of a nurse. That's going down there. This is going out. Hello, hi. What's your name? Michelle. Oh, Michelle, we've got your guinea pigs. Okay. Right. I will go and get them. She needs to continue treatment. Run out there. That's why. Just going to take these inside. And if I'm not taking any more things from the care until these guys are. They need full attention. They need full attention, yeah.
the only ones that are coming in are ones that were previously with my rescue.
It's running rescues. The hard part about it is knowing where the line is that you need to maintain, because you have an obligation to the guinea pigs that are in your care to give them 200%.
Yeah.
And we can't save all of them.
No.
It's all of the volunteers that we get here. I constantly have to say we can't save them all. And the reality is we can't. That, we try and do what we can. The reason, like, I'm putting myself out here on different media platforms is to educate people to do more, to do better, to increase the things that we can do for them. But I personally know that I can't save them all. And when you're running a shelter of any description, like in this case, your time has to be dedicated to them because they need it. Yeah, and they need rehabbing a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like, pigs have to take my time. I'm sorry if you've got some pigs.
Well, it's not a case of even coming here. If they're here and we have room, then we will allow. We do have a waiting list.
Yes.
So we have a long waiting list to come in. And the reality is that a lot of people rushed into adoptions last year in COVID. They literally emptied all of the shelters, and we actually closed our doors. We didn't let them go out. So we actually closed the doors. We maintained the guinea pigs we had in care because we could see this instant need to have pets around because children were at home. And now we are absolutely inundated with people wanting to surrender because they've had them for 6 months. We're here in Australia. Things are not doing too bad. And, you know, they're feeling like they're going back to normal. And we're seeing the repercussions of that with animals hitting the shelters in big, big numbers. We get big numbers as it is, but right now it's off the dial. So, you know, I live on 4 hours sleep a night, which is not fun. Hmm. 50, 100 animals, like waiting to come in. Yeah. Hi, Marsha. How is the visuals, everyone? Can you tell me if the screen is good? Hopefully it is. And I'll just run back through any questions that are there. And then we're going to get 2 piggies that need to go home that have had some pretty serious issues, but they're heading home shortly. And they need to come back for a check again in a week or 2. Oh, no. Picture is fuzzy at times. Not sure what we can do about that. Maybe I'll try and move that. I wonder. I'm wondering if the internet signal is maybe not what it needs to be. Okay, I'll be right back, everyone. Why that drops out. We have to work on that.
It's actually HD resolution that it's doing. So that's interesting. I wonder if that's reception, maybe. It could be that laptop, which we need to change.
Oh, there is this one over here. Okay, so with these little girls, you're going to need to continue doing a saline wipe with her bottom twice a day. Okay. So what's happened is here's the bottom over here. Still needs to be on antibiotics. So what I'll do is I'll give her another dose of that today, which is helping, but she does need another course of them. Okay. So if you get them to the local vet, you can then do that. Right. So what's happened underneath, she had, you remember this was really open. It's closing really, really well. You can see the tissue closing substantially from where it was, which is good. And around here, on the underside, this was all open wound a week ago. That's all now closed and really nice. So these are scabs that will come off. Okay. So temperature-wise, still warm here, and that's why she needs to remain on antibiotics. Right. Because it's in this region of where, you know, she does her movements, and of course she's got an open wound there. So infection can really stay. So she needs to be on antibiotics. This will continue to close, and you can see it's still really, really sore in there. There's no stone there or anything like that. So whatever she's had in terms of causing this, it's it could have been, like we discussed, different things that could have hurt her in terms of maybe a rat having bitten her. It could have been you know, she may have had a stone or something that she's really been agitated at and, you know, annoyed at down there. The blood aspect, that she was bleeding considerably, and that's what attracted the flies. So, yeah, she needs to be kept and watched so that there's no blood there whatsoever, so that it can't go down that path again. So, to do that, saline, just salt and water. Yeah. Make sure you get a pure salt. So this is rock salt. And rock salt, because table salt actually has silica in it, added to it. Sand. Yeah, sand. So you don't want that in whole wood. But make sure it's dissolved, and you're just going to get literally a wet area, and you're just going to pad onto all of that section, making sure it gets wet and damp.
She doesn't like it, but she's not that worried about it.
She's not liking it. She's okay. She knows it's a bit cold down there. Yeah, but it's, you know, and when you come away from that, you end up with this discoloration. So you need to do that twice a day. At this stage. Is there something you can do, or do you think? She just needs to stand, but you need to have a careful hold on her at the front, and then you can. Maybe you can hold her and I'll do it. Because she's been so sore there. She has been so sore. Yeah. She prefers you to me anyway, so you hold her. Well, she's just really standing. Now, the other thing is her actual feet. You can see there. See how that started, a little bit of blood from the edge because it's closing. Like the wounds have gone from probably 2/3 larger than down to, and it's just this final little bit that, and because she urinates there, it's going to get ulcerated and sore, so it can, you know, get that way.
What's that bit? Oh, is that her?
That's a nipple.
Nipples. Oh, nipples there. Yeah, I've noticed that before.
Yeah, and what we can also do, You can put a little barrier cream down there, but I might put some on now just in terms of pain because it does numb the area.
Yeah.
But something like a pseudo cream
I've got that.
is really good.
Yeah.
You don't want to have great amounts of it.
No.
And you do want to make sure that it is just a thin layer applied. So that little saline wipe is cleaned all around there.
Yeah.
I'm literally just going to apply that as if it were like a really sore baby's bottom.
Yeah.
It is a really sore bottom. Yeah, so that's all we're going to do for that. Now, her little feet, likewise, they've started to settle down. They had really big red patches there. You can see how red they are.
Yeah.
See the little feet? You can rub into that, and I've just been doing calendula cream into that. Manuka honey will also do the same, but if she's on substrate like shaving, she'll stick to it. So you've actually, I find calendula a little bit better because it's more oily than sticky.
Okay.
So
I know what that is.
yeah, vitamin E cream. You can even do vitamin E cream if you've got that on there. Your pawpaw cream is another one you can do.
Pawpaw cream.
Pawpaw cream, perfect.
Got that.
Yeah, you can do pawpaw. I'm
just
on
thinking,
the sticky side, but yeah, just once a day, once every couple of days. Doesn't have to be as often as the saline.
Yes.
Do the pawpaw just into the little
On
pads of her feet.
pads,
So you just get a little bit on your thumb, and literally, while you're holding her, you can just rub it on here. The way I hold her is like this, with a towel against me, so she's sort of in a U shape. Yeah. And you can easily just, feel this, and you can actually rub the cream on this one. Yeah. And then work with the dots. Okay. So I'm going to put some Ivermec on her, and I'm going to go get my medication. I'll text you later what she's been having. Yeah. So that you can get the same thing ordered.
So when does that? Because I can't go tomorrow afternoon to a vet. Maybe Tuesday afternoon if I can get in. And I don't know which vets to go to. Oh, you told me there was one on Victoria Road. Is that right?
I go to Gladesville Vets.
Gladesville Vets.
If Lynn recommends to them what prescription, I'm pretty sure if you go through Jimmy, Jimmy will write out the prescription because he's dealt with you in the past.
Yeah,
he may be able to do it without actually seeing her. Would they do that?
Not normally.
Not normally.
Normally they'd want to see her. So she does need. She does need that. Just trying to think.
Well, I can take her tonight, and they slot in because they know that I know about guinea pigs. Yeah. They slot in. If I ring them and say, look, I've got a guinea pig here that needs antibiotics and has been in hospital care for a week.
Right. I have another solution which we'll do, and then I'll text you about it. So we'll sort that out now.
Okay. Yeah.
And we'll go with that first so she can go home. But she needs the saline twice a day.
Yep, can do that.
She needs the pseudo cream, which you can take care of, and she needs the
that.
pawpaw on her feet.
Yeah, got that.
The substrate needs to be dry and clear every single day, so that if she's got padded. Max, what do you have with her inside cage?
Yeah,
wood chips.
Wood
Okay, yeah. Just make sure that if she's hanging out under a hidey, that gets taken out and fresh shavings in that patch every day.
Every day.
Because the problem is, if there's any, you saw how easily that little bit of blood appeared. It will attract flies.
Yeah.
So
they're in the laundry too, so they're not outside.
No, but definitely just make sure, because you don't want any of that forming. Like, just while she's healing, we need to be super, super careful.
Keep the laundry closed too, I think.
Okay. All right. We'll do it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll give her back to you. She's got her Ivermec on. Do you want to pop her into the cuddle sack?
Yep. That one? Yep.
I'll give her to you, Suzanne. Sorry, things are just in there as she arrived. I literally took them out, left them that way. So, do you want to give her to me? I'll pop some Ivermec on her as well.
No, not that one.
Hi, Jen. How are you? Good, thank you. How are you?
I just need to wash as well.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Hold her.
Just going to put some of this in.
Now, where have you been? Where have you been? She loves you, don't she?
If you've got any issues, you can contact me.
Yeah.
Because if there's anything she starts bleeding, we need to know straight away.
Sure. Yeah.
My voice drive is just
That was not good last Saturday, was it?
No.
I was like, oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, it's really
I'm
bad.
so pleased that you contacted me.
Yeah.
I'm glad she came up
Because I
straight
said to
away.
Lynn, I didn't send any photo.
So give me 2 minutes.
Yep.
You can say hi to Facebook there and YouTube.
Oh, okay, all right. I was just going to put her on. Here we are. This is little Miss Princess Leia. She was here she got adopted last year with her buddy Princess Anna. The names were the other way around last year. And she's had a little bit of a problem with her bottom, being that for some reason there was some blood and some flies were attracted, and she ended up with fly strikes. So she's been in hospital here for a week, and she's going to head home. She's on antibiotics, and she will have her hindquarters cleaned twice daily with saline, very gently dabbing, no rubbing, just dabbing, and some pseudo cream over it to sort of seal it as a barrier, and then paw ointment.
She just had the medicine behind her ear, so yeah, wash the fingers. Yeah.
She's just had ivermectin, and I've just touched it.
Yes.
Aren't I clever? So she was in a bad way, but she's well and truly on the mend. And so Lynn will be back in a minute.
Her feet are all right? And toes are all right, are they? So that's the other thing she was worried about, the bumblefoot.
Well, that's what we're dealing with deep paw
cream. Yeah.
So getting the flow.
Her nails are all right, are they, and everything?
Let me have a look at your nails, little girl.
Yeah, if you don't mind, because it's one thing.
Okay, that's a sign of age. Oh, that one's a bit long. We might get Lynn to trim that one. But I'll get her to have a look at them all. That one definitely needs a trim.
That one, yeah.
As they age, they
go bits.
They go for.
So it's harder for us to tell whether they need trimming or not. I think that's the thing.
It is.
Yeah, as they get older.
So I'm just going to pop you there, and I'll take Princess Anna, who is a very good buddy to Princess Leia. We've got them both on screen. Yes, we do. And she's had absolutely no problems.
No.
But being a short-haired girl, that tends to be the case. They don't seem to get as many problems. Your hair's not that long. You're just an Abyssinian, aren't you? You've got
yeah. But she's always more nervous, and she's much more chilled.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, they're definite buddies. They love each other.
They do.
The family that surrendered them, they actually had this one and another one called Princess Rex, because she was a Rex guinea pig.
Yeah.
And one morning they came down and Princess Rex was simply dead.
Oh, right.
Didn't know what happened, but these two were very bonded.
Yeah.
And
they're not too chubby, not too fat.
No.
Because we feed them lots of treats.
They're not too fat. They're too fat if they can't breathe properly.
Okay, yeah.
Or if they get a fright and they can't run.
Right.
So if they couldn't run from a predator, because they're fat, they're too fat.
Too fat, okay.
And if they can't breathe properly, because they're too fat, they're too fat. Otherwise, chubby is good.
Chubby is good.
Chubby is good.
I mean, we're talking about guinea pigs.
Yes.
Small size dingoes.
Think of the question.
Okay, hold on. Go on
Let me
top
just
to keep warm.
let me just.
We've just been entertaining.
Okay, can you pop her in the carriage so she can go? This one? This one.
No, she hasn't had the ivermectin. This one's had ivermectin.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Hold on.
Oh, also, she's got very long claws.
Yeah.
At least there's one very, very long one on the front.
Yeah, happy to do that.
And I'll
do you want to check her away? Yep.
I'll just check her.
Okay, this little girl here, this is 0.2 of a mil of Baytril.
Yep.
So you see where the black line goes to? On the 0.2. What you do is hold her and then in through the mouth like this. Give it to her. She'll gobble, gobble, gobble. She needs to have that every day.
Right.
Okay.
That's
for her.
Okay.
Okay. Now.
Every day for 5 days?
Yeah, I'll talk to you later. I'll send you through instructions on that. But that's what she needs to have.
Yes, she doesn't.
But she needs.
Just saying, because of the nails, because your feet splay, it's hard for us to tell exactly where to. That's it.
There was definitely a very long one on the right.
Yeah, I've done it.
On the left front.
I've done it. It's all sorted. Well, sorry, what was the question? Did you think about it?
Yeah, you know the bedding, the smaller rows.
Oh, the squares?
Yeah,
I've got something for you, actually. Oh. Yeah, I have. I can sort you out. So you want it to go into the little houses, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. We can sort that for you? Absolutely.
So I was just driving past.
You can use a PlayStation.
There we go. So
Is it better? Is it better for her to be on wood chips or to be on like some bath mat or something? If I've got some bath mats, just till the bottom heels. What do you?
I think the bath mat is softer
Yeah.
than the shavings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you've got, there's different types of shavings though. So when you look at the shavings in that basket, they're very hard.
Yeah.
When you look at the other baskets that are around that have been redone to this, that's really hard. I don't like those shavings at all. But the other baskets have been redone this morning, and it's a really soft paper.
Yeah, that's the ones we have.
Yeah, they're super soft. So I think people. Yeah, I think so.
Down the road.
Are they? Whereabouts?
At the pet stop.
That's 30% off.
Oh, 30% off. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
I put a
they've got
sign
a
up on.
15
Yes, that's right. I put a message onto Facebook yesterday.
Yeah.
So there's still 33% off at Petstock if you are after. What else?
Is that you can spot any blind streak.
Yes, that's what I'm just was thinking. I was just thinking about.
Hopefully it's better. Oh, thank you so much, Pee-wee Dogs. They were op shop finds. So,
okay,
no, it's just some feedback on that.
Good.
Yeah, I would recommend a pale coloured cow.
Just for a bit, yeah.
So she's good. She's good, and we'll talk later. I'll message you. We'll speak with.
So then,
I'll write the dosage
sort you out.
Yeah, but just keep that separate. Doesn't need to go in the fridge or anything.
No.
And 0.2 each day. So she's
Twice
had it today.
Yeah.
From tomorrow, 0.2.
Okay.
And just the saline twice a day, and I'll write all of that out to you.
Yeah.
So you've got it. Okay. And if we can check her in like maybe 10 days or something. When are you going away?
End of June.
Okay.
Yeah, the 25th of June. So
4 weeks. Yeah, unless there's something crops up, I expect her to continue the same.
Yeah, I'll only bring it back if she's not right.
So yeah, it's just in looking at that area. If it looks sore or worse, we need to get onto it straight away. Definitely.
That would be easy
Absolutely.
too. Yeah.
Cheers,
While
Michelle.
I'm looking after them, I can ring them up.
Yeah.
Because I'm coming every Sunday.
Yes.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Then you're going to tell me how much.
Yeah. Oh, I'll talk to you later about it. That's all right. Okay.
Just send me a
Cheers.
message.
Thank you. Bye now.
Thank you very, very much.
And sorry that wasn't washed or anything. I literally just when they came in late at night, they just went out like that.
I haven't grabbed it like that. I was like,
No, I was like things just go straight out.
no, thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. I'm glad we could do something. Okay. I'll just get you some. I was going to get vet bed, sorry, vet bed squares for you that would go in if you like those. We can cut them any size actually. Yeah, underneath. So, yeah, I've got some of that.
Yeah,
I think I can't put them right now. Can you maybe pop back in an hour or so? Yeah, or we could do it tomorrow. Tomorrow would be better. Well, let's do it tomorrow. Okay. That would be great. Yeah, that'd be excellent because I've got so many sick piggies I need to deal with now.
Yeah, I just thought I'd just have a quick look in here and there was none in there. Oh, it's all swollen. Oh, wow.
A lot of sick piggies to deal with. So.
I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
I was just having a quick look in there. There are none.
No,
I suppose you come out.
But they will be back out soon, so I'll speak to you tomorrow. Okay. It's awesome. Okay, hello. Hi, Jenny. Hello. What's your name again?
Holly.
Holly. How are they doing?
Yeah, all right. They need a nail clip, but he's got just those coronati's on his head. I just don't know if that's the start of something or if it's just he's an old boy now. He's just had a bath and a brush and a dry.
You mean it's just sort of...
Well, see, yeah, like the whirl, it wasn't like that previously.
Yeah, nothing there you need to worry about.
Cut.
I'll check where his little cut was down here.
Yeah, you can feel it. It's still not quite...
That's a little scar tissue.
Yeah, it's not quite sealed, but it's... I was looking at it before.
It's something you'll need to just wipe out every now and then.
mean, it looks clean. It's just...
1,000% how it was.
And I don't know. I mean, it felt like a little bit lumpy, but I don't. That could be scar tissue again.
No, it's what it is. It's just an open area that just needs to be cleaned.
Okay.
And look at it. We can just wipe that out. That's literally like dead skin cells that are in that little divot that's there.
Okay.
We'll just wipe that out. Some Debrezol, wipe that out. That's it. You don't need to do anything.
And that, just make sure that that's not like a
it's
ringworm or anything. It's just his little coronet.
No, it's just his coronet. It's just a bit older.
He'd have to be 6 or 7. Because we got him when he was 2, and we've had him for 4 years at least.
He's super cute. Super cute.
Got a little bunny, I see.
Oh, it's a hare racing around.
Yeah,
we've got a couple of hares that have been here today. They come and visit us when we're outside. And last week they brought an actual rabbit back.
Oh,
they did. Everyone comes to live here.
Lucky necklace.
Thank you.
How have you been?
Really well. Very busy.
Yeah.
Busy.
Yeah,
I've had lots of big numbers through here. Yeah, it's just a bit
some
oily.
adoptions.
Yeah, we have today.
That's good.
And it's constant.
Just looking at that
it's a crazy
one
time.
over there in the cage with the 4 of them. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
How old's that one? This must be tiny.
Oh, I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
There's a little long-haired one in this cage. The black with the brown.
Oh, in with the girl with the orange hair?
Yeah.
They're under a year.
Wow.
They were a group of 4 piggies that we surrendered together. And 2 have found a home. I know, I'm sorry, and
I know, Dick, it's been that day. I've given you a bath, and you did get to sit in front of the heater though while you dried off.
Oh, that's nice.
Thought that was all right.
It's like Meg's was like trying to attack him all the time.
We've got a new kid. Well, no, he's not new. He's 8 months old, 9 months old.
Yeah. Oh,
but he's not. Still thinks guinea pigs are a bit, fun.
Sticks his paw in the cage.
Yeah.
Oh, your ear's a bit goofy.
Yeah, they just need a bit of attention.
I did.
Sort that out, mate.
Good boy, Charlie.
Bothering you, is it? Do you put mite treatment on them?
I was up the coast and the girls both had soccer today, so I wasn't sure if we'd get here on time.
Okay.
Like soccer finished. So you'll see a message from me saying,
No, I did. I was on there. I saw it and said, yeah, come down.
It just sometimes takes a while for the message, you know what I mean?
To go through?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the video footage like on there?
Fine.
Was it fine? Okay, because it's sort of hazy on this screen here.
No, it was fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Probably just your,
I'm not sure. So I'm worried that I think depending on whether it's cutting in or out is an issue.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting brushed again.
No,
I did a very bad job of doing your bum. I'm sorry. He had a couple of ratty bits that I just cut out.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. That looks really good.
He seems to be holding his weight. Like he's not as fat as he was, but he's not. I don't feel like he's underweight,
I might just. I'm going to make a different film for him right now. Let's do this. If I can. Okay. That's recording. I'm going to get you to see if you can see him through there.
Yeah.
Just by holding, you can see him. What's his name again?
DK.
DK, that's
Come
right.
into
Well, DK came in with a big lump, which was back behind his ears. How long ago was it? It was a cyst.
Over a year ago now.
Over a year ago. And people are often worried, saying they're coming back, it's returning, and they don't return. So I just wanted to do a little video so everyone can see where this is. We'll find it here. It's just sorry, little guy. Right, your hair. And all we have after 1 year is this tiny, weeny, little divot right here. Like that. That's it. It's actually perfectly flat.
Oh,
I think, no, it's still flashing, so it's still recording. Yeah. So it's perfectly flat, which is fantastic because that was a really big lump through there. But what's happening with that little divot is that little bits of skin cells just gather and form there. So you can easily, you know, once every 6 months, not even less than that, you can just wipe around that and clear it out. That's easy, and we'll do that now. So give me 1 minute. Here, I think if you press that, can you see it again?
Yeah.
Is it still
It's not
flashing? Okay, now
so
let's press that again. Flashing now? Yep. Yeah. Good. Okay. So if we can see him, just make sure you're where you can see him. I'm just going to get some of this onto here. You can just focus on the piggies. This is a tricky bit. Before I squirt everything, I'll squirt myself in the face. It's not a good thing. There we go. Right. I just want the antiseptic on here, and what we do is just this tiny little divot where it's actually completely flat. So we'll probably put the link to this little 1-year review on the video. But this little tiny divot that's there, you just wipe it out. That's it. That's all you need to do. It's more so what we would call keloid scar tissue. And that's it. Don't need to worry about it. He's good. We do no more. So 1 year after that, fantastic. Lump's still gone.
Fix his hair.
He's happy. So did he need his nails doing?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yep.
Oh, good black nails. Hasn't got too much to come off. You're doing a good job.
Never sit that still for me.
A lot of it is in the techniques and the holds, and just you sort of work which way they're stretching out. It's literally just the tips off his little toes. Are you pushing me around there? DK. This one. It's all good. They're good. Front ones are fine. There we go. DK, you're gorgeous. We love you.
He's an old man now.
He's an old man. How old do you think he is?
Probably 6.
6? Yeah. Super, super cute. I'm glad you popped in with him. Yeah. Look at this is what we see with older piggies. Oh, I'm getting kisses there. How cute is that? But see how flat and curved his feet are? They literally splay round. That's an age feature. You start to see when over 5. So he's definitely older, aren't you? Yeah. Can you get his face up close? Yeah. He's super cute, isn't he? He's not going to do it now. Camera shy. He's like, what's that? Super cute.
Not, you've just been cuddling the girls too.
Super cute. There we go. All right, DK, you're good. Full bill of health. Let's see your buddy. So, right, has he got a carrier?
Oh no, we're straight in the car. No.
Oh, okay.
This is Charlie.
Charlie Farley. Charlie with a big bottom.
Yeah, Charlie's got.
There we go. Can you still work that one if possible? So, and then that one. Do it. Should be. Yes. So this is Charlie, and Charlie was the neighbour's guinea pig. Is that right?
Yeah, so we timeshare.
Yeah. Both of these piggies, they get along really well together. So 2 families actually have them 1 week. Was it 1 week on, 1 week off, or so 2 weeks, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, which is fantastic because these are little old boys that both lost their buddies and yeah, doing well. Now we're talking about when to check a guinea pig. Did you check him down here earlier?
No, I have not yet.
Okay, all right. Because what we look for is, see this? It's very easy to see on him, like a little straight area. But there's like a little bump right here.
Okay.
Sort of more raised right there. So that's when we just make sure we have a look and we see what's going on. So we'll do that.
Yeah, this is the stinky job.
He's not bad at all. but it's good just to check
Would have been
when
done
you
probably a
see.
couple of months ago.
Okay, yeah, when you see a little lump like that, it's good just to check. And Charlie, I'm going to take a look. Just a little look. There we go. This one here. We can just sit here. Okay, now, so this is a little, it's not too bad. It's actually, you know, I'm not overly concerned with that at all, but there is a little lump just there. I'll take a peek. There's a little bit there. You can see it's on the underside. Very stinky. Oh. There's just saline in there. Charlie, we're just gonna this underside where it's all stuck and causing it to come out a little bit. We're just gonna wipe that.
It's like it's cold.
I know. It's like, what are you doing to me? Oh, he's also got an infected gland. Look at that.
Oh,
see that right there?
Yeah.
That's a little infected gland.
Okay.
So we'll make sure we clear that. Which we'll do in a minute. He won't be happy about. But we'll fix it. Charlie. Charlie, stop it. It's just going to be 1 minute. That's all good. Okay. Now that little gland that's there, they normally nibble at them. That's really close to the surface. You can see there, but it's actually blocked.
Yep.
Now when they're blocked like that, they become swollen and really full. And that's just one gland that is swollen. So all we do is literally from the base, just push forward and it just clears it. It's actually a sebaceous content that's in there, like a bit like in sebaceous cells. Yeah, but it can get really hard and stuck like that. And then it becomes a problem. Sorry, little fella. It's like, don't squeeze there. But they normally, they will sit and they will actually nibble at this with their teeth, working it the same way. They'll actually do that themselves. But when they become blocked, we've seen this in lots of piggies, they can't get to it if the skin folds are sort of not right or too tricky. Not sure quite why, but you know, we do see it in little piggies. And pop some a little bit there. I usually find it easy with a cotton bud. Oh, I'll do it this way. Great for my back, Charlie. I've got my bench today. Nope. There it is. That's not his doodah, so everyone joining us, this is a little gland that's blocked. And what we're going to do is, on the base of that, there's two of them there actually. There we go. Getting that out. I always find it easier with a little Q-tip because it's a little bit more pressure that you can apply to make that move out, which it will do. You don't like it happening, but you feel so much better when it's out. Charlie, Charlie, Charlie.
Stubborn.
He's stubborn. Oh, good. I've come in and had a good time. Ah, Charlie's a kid. Let's see there. What a place to have a blocked gland. The things that go on Facebook. There we go. Nearly. There we go. It's coming out. And what we find is if this one isn't cleared, others start to block up and they end up with 4, 5, 6, 7 blocked up and then can get infection. There's a video that I did recently with a little piggy with big infection in there, but he had a serious number of them blocked. It was causing the problems. Okay, nearly there, nearly there. Did you get it? Not quite.
Get it.
Sorry?
Can I get the camera down to it?
There's quite a few of them starting to get blocked here. It's really, that's a really nasty one actually. Yeah.
Doesn't pop.
So it's actually quite a big amount and underneath. You see this next one is locked as well.
Yeah. Everybody in because I didn't think he had a problem, but
yeah, it's just starting.
Oh, it's all right. It's not waiting though, so
Sometimes it comes in. No, they generally know it's helping them, but it's not comfortable. But they do naturally with their teeth nibble at and bite this area. Oh. That's really sweet, isn't it? You almost need 3 hands, 3 sets of hands.
Can I hold him at all?
I think I've got it now.
They seem happiest together.
It's solid. Hold on. Ow. Yeah, it's really good. My nose is looking like this.
It's going to be a big relief when it pops out and stuff.
It's just about there.
Oh,
so got poo now. Okay, number 2 is coming out. It's sort of coming out slowly. You can see it squeezing there. Very slow to move. Now,
good boy.
Very stubborn. Yeah, it's a real.
Do you have one on the other side?
No, just on that side. Just this side. She got a real mess of it there.
Just some tweezers that I could pull at it while you push it up.
No, because it's got a tiny exit point. When I press on it, stuck because it's so thick. It's actually so blocked. It's really barely moving in there. Yeah, it's getting sorer. So
to bring him back off. Do you do massages?
Hopefully, we've taken some of it out, and at the start of it, he'll be able to nibble at it to get it out, but that's a concern. I don't want it to get any more sore.
Poop and more.
Yeah, it's getting bruised there, but that's a really big blockage. You can actually see how big it is. It goes right down here. See underneath? It's actually and my thumb.
White thing on the other side.
Yeah, but there's another bit there, but my thumb is actually right down at the base of it. It goes down to there. It's a substantial amount. Look, if you feel that, if you're game to put your finger there, it's like a stone. You feel that? It's like a stone.
Oh, it is.
It's like a stone in there. It's completely blocked in there. So, get that out. It's coming out easily, that's for sure. Normally, if you just push from here, you'll sort of express it. Just going to try one more time. It is coming. It's slowly. Really.
It's like it's not breaking the surface, is it?
Sorry?
It's like it's
No,
not
it
breaking.
is. Under here I can see it with this magnification, but it's such a tiny pinpoint that it's coming out through. So he's going to get loosely further, which is not good. So what do we do?
I'm sorry, Charlie.
Yeah, that's an issue.
Yeah.
That's a real issue. Hopefully, what's happened is if we can get it on the camera, you can actually see at the finest point, it's actually there starting to come out. I'm hoping that he will nibble it out now. That with that movement that I've given it, it will come out. We've put some oil on there. I don't want to do any more because it's bruising too easily. So, yeah, but that's something to really keep an eye on, because that can end up massively infected, like the video we just dealt with.
Oh, yes, no, we don't want that.
No, this is like the lead up to it. So I'm really glad you've
well, I wouldn't have even noticed. Yeah,
that we can check that
because we do the bore check with them, but not the penis check.
Yeah, well, that's what's going on there. I'm going to give him some hemp just now because of that. And what you got in there?
Yeah.
Oh, one.
It's not good.
It's gone.
It's stuck.
It's vanished. It must be inside. I'll give him to you to hold for a minute. I'll be right back. I'll go get it.
Oh dear. What have you done to yourself? Yeah, I know.
It's really, really sore, but it's not coming out. So I'm hoping he can actually nibble that out. Because if it doesn't, it's going to go the other way. Have a look at the video.
Yeah.
Then
so
you'll know exactly.
Like, give him a couple of days if he hasn't nibbled it out. Yeah, we'll bring him back.
Yeah, give him a week. Because I've put some lubricant on there, which should help. With it, it is there at the top opening. He might get such pressure that he tries to get it out, but it's
choose the skin to break it.
Hopefully,
it's almost like
I don't want to break the skin because it's open to infection, and
it's almost like a like a cyst or something like that. That
you
need to break so that it like that. To do that, skin surface over, you got to break it and then it pops and it's fine. But
it's a tiny amount, but in that area, infection ranks very high. So.
Charlie boy. There we go.
All right, let's put some more ears.
Oh, water on the
just one thing that might be a good idea is a warm bath, because pores and glands open more in the warmth. So I would try, I'd leave it a couple of days.
Yeah.
But a couple of days' time, I would try again just to have a check and to see. Yeah, definitely to do that. Because that's got to clear or it's going to get really bad.
Yeah, that's not good. And he's been really happy and healthy and it's nice fatness.
Yeah, it's just on that one side. It's not on any other. Did you want his nails? Did we do those?
No, we haven't. No,
let's do those quickly.
He's got the same little curly over.
He has. It's an unusual problem, that one. Sorry, darling.
I find his nails really, really hard to do.
Well, they're actually not that long at all. So I'm literally just taking the tips off. Because you've got to leave a little bit of white for protection of the digit.
Good boy.
Okay. So that's good. Let's have a little look down here. It's going to continue to be sore till that comes out. You can see how raised he doesn't have anything on this side. It's there. It's just that one blockage.
Yep.
So
poop everywhere.
pooping.
Why is it pooping machines?
Pooping machines. I should get that out for you. It's going to feel so much better. Where's that poop? Gone. I'm going to squeeze in. Just want to be careful with and see. It's actually a big amount that's caught there.
Yeah, you can see it.
You can see how big it is. It's full size. So,
I just expected that to pop when you did it.
yeah, it's not. I'm just wondering if I move that end bit.
Do you want to push it up and I? Yeah. Or do you want me to push it up and you?
No, I'm not.
You don't have enough hands then.
I know. Just want to make sure it's really the roots. Can you get that out? It's pooping furiously. Yeah. It's looking at good. Okay. Massive amount.
We're trying to get it out still.
Yeah, just to, I know what'll happen when it gets when it gets really blocked in there.
Second one.
Mm-hmm. That's my gloves, haven't I? Yeah, it's literally trapped there. So I think what we'll do, we'll go with that, go with the bath. Let's check in a couple of days' time. Is he with you for the next 2 weeks?
No, he's meant to be with Marion, but I can get her. I'll show her tonight.
Yeah.
And they can check
Give
on
him
you.
about 3 days and let's have a chat how it is then, because it's going to continue to block up even more.
Yeah.
And that will become a problem.
Yeah.
It just has to be removed. So, yeah.
So how do you get it? Would you get that out? You would have to pierce it somehow.
I'm hoping that within 3 days he's actually nibbled at it to the point where it's pulled it out, because it's far enough up there and it's actually coming out through there.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he does that. So yeah, let's just do that. We might just put, what we can do is actually localize that area. We can actually give severe pain management in that area, so that then we can just remove it. Because if he's less stressed about it. Well, he's got pain management on board. Overall, we can do a more local treatment with that. So I think we've got a plan B in a couple of days.
All right, so warm bath tonight? Or?
No, I would leave him tonight, tomorrow. Maybe Tuesday, do a warm bath, check it out. Wednesday we'll talk and then go from there. Okay? All right, little guy. You weren't meant to bring that to me, were you?
No, I didn't realise we were bringing that to you.
No, it's a really unusual problem, but we do get it. Like it's something to deal with and see.
No, I said not good. It hasn't pooped on me yet. The weed, it's the weed. Thank you, Lynn, very much.
It's a pleasure. It's good to see you.
Yeah, you too. Yeah. You still working, doing everything? Hasn't stopped with COVID and.
No, we're busier than ever.
Yes.
Busier, crazy busy. We've got a massive waiting list. We've got Yeah, we're very busy. Extremely.
Yeah, just makes things
Yeah,
complicated.
there's lots of things to update with people about piggies.
And you're still getting lots coming in, or are they?
Yeah, we have a massive waiting list to come in. Yeah, so we've got some fungal guinea pigs over there. We've got some others we need to deal with now. We've got a load of them here to sort there and here.
So people have brought them in that they're sick.
No, there's some surrendered. So there's some hairless ones there. There's a lot of them will go through now. So it's pretty constant. Yeah, we had one in the other night, which was sent up in an Uber and died within about an hour. He and his buddy, but he had severe bumblefoot and severe impaction. There's a lot going on with a naked and like a lot wrong with him. So
that's really sad.
Yeah, he was in such pain when he heard about it. So it's not nice.
No, well, that's horrible. At least these guys are.
Yeah, they're well loved.
I was just saying to these people over here, because our these two didn't get on so well. They got on enough, but you can't still put them in the same little cage together. They fight. Yeah. But they're fine outside in their big run during the day. There's a bit of chasing and a bit of humping for a while, and they settle down,
Like it.
Anyway,
all good.
Good. All right. Will you take care?
Pleasure. So let me know. Reach out and we'll talk Wednesday. Yeah. So warm bath Tuesday. Yeah, let it settle for now because he's got enough on board pain-wise. He'll be fine. Let him eat and chill. Hopefully, cross fingers, he'll finish it.
Yeah, we've pushed it up and up.
I hope so. Yeah, we've certainly cleared the ones on the left of it, but yeah, it needs more than that. It needs that big lot. Awesome. So,
thank you
see you
so
later,
much.
Jen. Take care. Bye. Okay, back on here. Dina. Hello. Hi. Just back on. Hi, Jake. You're here. Good to see you. I'm just going to skim through the questions. Carolee. Yeah, up the north end of Australia. Carolee. We are, Cavy Central is in Sydney, New South Wales. Oh, thank you. I thought it was funny. You're here. Hooray. There's loads of videos on there, hundreds of videos, guys. So we're actually streaming live to Facebook and to YouTube right now. Oh, you like my necklace? Thank you. Yeah, you can do a saline white, but I actually prefer to make the saline myself, which, that there's nothing artificial or anything added. Usually there is it with saline, but it's handy. It's something everyone can do. When you do make your own saline, perhaps I should be up here. So just with saline, when you do make your own saline, you need to make sure that you use a whole salt, like rock salt, pure salt, because table salt actually contains sand in it. So, and you can tell pure salt whenever you've got it on a table. If you drop pure salt, it sort of drops in globules, whereas table salt, it just runs fine and smooth, which is what you tend to find in some restaurants. So, just excuse me for a moment. How did you go?
Thanks for everything.
So
we
what
got
is
these
the outcome?
We got these two little friends.
Oh, look at them. Oh, they are so nice. That's fantastic. So that's the lab girl and the little white one.
Yeah, the little baby one.
Super cute. You'll have to send me some photos.
Yeah, of course. I'm thinking once we let it get settled, we'll put a post on the group.
That would be great. Thank you.
If we love
that would be helpful.
And then we'll come back to that.
You said 2 months. Yeah, leave it about 2 months.
Yeah.
Have they had iron on it?
Yeah.
All the
Yes, yeah, and
yeah,
the
thank you. Awesome job. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
No, I appreciate it, really.
It's better if you can spend time just, with all of them.
Well, that's why. We've been here, 3 hours, but that's so perfect. Got to meet so many, find a good match.
The partner was sitting in the car with the dog and patiently waiting for 6 hours.
Oh,
jeez.
So, there's 2 little guys I've got to deal with next.
And that's going to happen one day.
What's the time now? How do the time?
4:22.
4:22. Actually, I'll deal with those fungally girls first. I'll give them a bath. The ones that have just come in. We'll check them over first. So these are a surrender. Let's get those up.
It's like when you're first a teenager and the girls are in the house next door. Thank you so much for your help, guys. Just really appreciate it. Let's get home. See you then.
See you later. Bye.
No, it's down in the mountains. It's Currajong, sorry, Currajong bit. Forget who you were. So the ones I need to do for the hairless pink ones that are in there.
I was about to say,
Yes.
so we're actually chewing on the plastic bag. Thank you.
Tea?
Yeah.
Because we finally hit a quiet place.
Sure.
Send that photo to me. Yeah.
Want a couple of
I'd love it. Can I have a mocha? Like a half vegan sweet? Awesome. Thank you. Yep.
Baby guinea pig.
Yeah.
The
Sorry, can I just grab those others to wash while we are talking? Because we're losing light. We're in the tail end of swapping into the shelter.
a baby guinea pig that's born with cataracts.
Yep.
Unable to walk, and later on gets like when it's starting out to walk, gets clubfoot and also cleft palate. Could that be
Get cleft palate later.
No, sorry, it
would have that up front.
It had the cleft palate up front. It was the clubfoot that came later when it could actually start to weight bear.
Yeah.
Does that show, like both parents are definitely roan, does that show that it's potentially has the lethal gene in it?
It's definitely, lethals are what we typically know as lethal whites, but you can have babies like turtle. Okay, now we're just checking out this piggy here. You can have babies like turtle that they believe she lost oxygen when she was born. Now, her reactions with her brain really seem quite normal to me, but her body is very deformed and twisted. She's doing very well.
This baby didn't make it from stage 3. Like it also had
it's highly compromised.
Yeah, it also had runny yellow poop whenever it was
It's all right.
managed to poop.
Okay, so we're just going to check these little girls out. What do we know about them? Did you take the details down?
Yes.
I think they're they've had mites.
They came free off Gumtree 3 weeks ago.
Okay. So she's been trying to fix them. Someone's been using pink eye on them. Yeah.
But they're
struggling.
Mites, they've got bumblefoot.
Yeah.
Scabs on the back. Not too sure on age.
Bumblefoot on the front paw. Bumblefoot on the front paw is looking okay. We can improve on that. But okay, let's get you in here, sweetheart. That's so cute. Can we get her back to normal?
It's a big, apparently the sore on her back has been improving.
Can you just move that camera away from me? It's just over there. It can sit on the cloth, there's fine. That for you. Just lay it down. That's it. Thank you. Yeah, just wanna... Sorry?
Kill the camera.
Kill the camera.
Are you recording?
Yeah, we're on Facebook and YouTube right now.
Oh,
yeah, that's
Still?
what this one up
We've been
there
there
is.
all day.
Exactly. No 5 feet down to it.
Yeah. Did you see it on there? Okay.
I have to show them. I keep on getting preoccupied.
Oh, okay. I know the last couple of hours has been pretty crazy. All right, I'm just giving her. I know, sweetie pie. It's all right. With the bumblefoot, the thing that's actually really good is that she has no open cuts to it. So that's a different scenario for bumblefoot. We would treat. Here we go. You're going to have a look at it.
How it comes through on mine is a little bit jerky.
Okay. Yep.
And the sound keeps dropping in and out on my end.
I wonder what's causing it.
Well, I'm happy to take her. Hold on.
I've just got to do her ears.
Okay.
And,
yeah. But I've got 4 bars of 4G at the moment on my phone,
so that's good reception?
Yeah, that's one of the highest levels, so like, that's why I couldn't understand why the visual was jerky.
I wonder if we're actually using a laptop that's very old.
It could be.
And I wonder if it's down to that. The phone is good, but the laptop is old. Thank you, that would be great. Okay. Let's put that these girls to it. Oh,
yeah, I've got the other one here.
I like it. Do you swap?
Yep. She was looking a little bit cold in the cage, so I just...
Well done.
And yeah, I didn't touch it because I seen how painful she was.
All right, baby.
I just... Do you want me to hold on to her while you get me water? Or...
No, I'll put it down.
Yep. Yeah, I basically just put the cuddle sack in front of her and coached her into it.
She's not good. Just going to take a quick look at her. Will we see? Sweetie. Now this piggy's a lot worse, so I'll angle you down so you can watch what I'm doing. Okay. Look at you. All right, sweetie. Yeah, she's got, this is mange, you know, this is extreme mange. What I'm going to do is, you know, people often say you can't bath them up front, that the mites are burying deeper. It's not that, it's actually the sensitivity of the skin. Oh, darling, can you keep that on the other table, please? Way over there. Thanks. So I'm going to show you what we can do with her. This is, if I touch her now, she will scream. She's very much in pain. So we don't want to exacerbate that. But what I am going to do is remove a lot of this sloughing skin that's here that is causing her distress. It actually irritates the layers more. So we could wrap her up and have her wrapped up for 4 or 5 days, but a much simpler way to go is to actually soften that and make it a lot better. So we're going to pop her back in a cuddle sack. Can I just have that cuddle? That's it, thanks. I'll put you in here for a minute. Let me go and get something. I'll be right back.
Do you want to hold?
Oh, thank you. And I'll show you all what's there. All right. So, coconut oil. That's quite okay in this temperature. I'll just get her towel. And if I might have to grab one off one of the crate things. Okay, so little lady.
No, that's not food for you, miss.
Open a new one, don't I? Okay. All right. Now, just need to keep things fairly calm and quiet. Right. Good girl. But this is where people say mites bury deep. They don't. It's okay. But the scaly skin is so sensitive in this area. You actually need to desensitize it all. And it feels so much better, little girl. Just getting more cranky with me than anything. Making good progress. Yeah, good girl. You'll notice when we talk about mites, if the mites were burying deeper, she'd be screaming right now. She's not. I've just removed her out of the water. That's all. So it's all about sensitivity. Moving so slow. She's got a really bad patch down under her tummy. It's really, really nasty. It's all right, lovely. You're going to feel so much better. She will have a faster healing rate. I know. Got to move. You've got to stay really quiet. I'm freaking her out. Good, good. Just relax. That's enough. They get very slippery. Very slippery. Slippery. I know you've had enough. But this is going to make it better. Let's show everyone what I'm feeling down here. Okay. My gloves off. Can you pull my glove off for me? Just from the top down. Okay, back. That's it. And this one. So I always use bare hands with this because they get very slippery. So much better way to go. better. Do you want to sit there? Sit there for a minute. It's all right. It's all right. You're in a strange place. Strange place. Strange place. It's chill. Is it better? Good girl. Good, good, good. Coming up, which is good. We're all going to get wet. So, it's okay. I'm feeling a little bit getting wet. Yeah. Okay. Is that better? Yeah. Just a little bit. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. No, cranky. This process takes time, and certainly speaking is going to set her off because she's listening to the noise. But if you take your time, you can slough off very gently this edge, and they feel so much better. So what you'll see shortly is a guinea pig that we couldn't touch around the midriff, but we will be able to. In a matter of 20 minutes, we'll feel so much better. One of the things you'll notice is, again, where people are saying mites are burying deeper, they're not. The minute I stop, she's fine. She just doesn't like anyone touching her because she's used to knowing that if she's touched, it means it hurts. If we can actually slough this off gently like this, taking our time really slow, she'll be able to be touched again in 10 minutes and feel so much better than being bandaged up. And the bandages, there are cases where we do need to bandage them up, for sure. They're usually more severe than this. You can see she's just quite relaxed there. She'll get such relief from this. But the process does take time. What's coming off in my hands, it feels like little grains of sand when you do this. And it's a really slow process. The water needs to be not overly warm. You want it more tepid than it is warm because their skin is already feeling like it's on fire. So the water temperature is really important. I know you just want to run away when you can. It's all right. It's okay. You're going to get so much better. Can I get that armpit? Can I just there? Okay. So sorry, on Zooty.
Yeah.
That's right.
There's so much waste.
Oh, absolutely, so much water.
So thin. Oh.
Definitely. I know, they're so slippery. You gotta be really careful. Slippery, slippery, slippery. Okay, it's okay, you can run and run. There we go. I know. Here we go. Okay. Good. Doing her best to run away, isn't she? Absolute best. Okay. All right, we're going to put you in a towel. Hold on.
The legs
are going a mile a minute. There we go. It's all right. There. And now, when we touch you, you'll be able to be fine. Calm down on me. Sorry? Oh, thank you. All right, see you again. Okay. So they got them off Gumtree.
That's what they said 3 weeks ago.
So why would you get guinea pigs off Gumtree and then give them to a shelter? No reason
they were giving them away for free on Gumtree, and they owners, the people who took them, didn't realise how sick they were. When they realised how sick they were, they went, "No, we need help for these guineas."
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But that's what I can gather from their story.
Yeah. All right, you're going to be fine. Yes, you are. So we're going to dry her off, and then we're going to get some ivermectin on her. And
do you want me to take her?
some break. But she can have some cuddles. Yeah, I'll just put her down a bit further in this. Now, what's interesting now, from the guinea pig that was here a minute ago, this is where everyone's watching. This was the screaming guinea pig that you could not touch. Look.
Yes.
Not screaming.
She's not.
Not screaming. So if you're watching this, please learn that this process makes them so much more less sensitive, less pain immediately. And we can then take her from there. So she needs another bath. She'll have another one 24 hours time. But this is a little animal that only, 10 minutes ago, you can go back through the live stream, I could not touch. She would scream because she knows her skin is so much on fire. So we've used Malaseb to do this. No, I know. I'm just going to wrap you up for a towel dry. I'm going to go for a cuddle with Suzanne. There we go. There we go. Here we are.
And Maureen.
And yeah, so you can see the difference with her now. Oh, my hair. It's good. It's under my glasses. So crazy. Sorry. We've got people with guinea pigs in their shirts here.
Actually,
looking after them.
She has managed to
cry. Oh, sorry. No, I've got. Oh, she's. Yep. But notice how she's not screaming.
No, she's not.
She's not screaming. She's not crying. She's not in pain. No. As she was. Okay.
Yeah, this girl was shaking
You
quite weird.
so
I just
sorry.
That's all right. We're personal
but,
here.
You know, you cannot pick a guinea pig up. Like, we could not do this with her 10 minutes ago. So I know that the relief is massive. And she's a wiggler. She needs to run off.
No, you are not.
Put your hand there.
Yeah,
that's it.
She started to look around and move around as well now. She's warmed up a bit more.
So I thought it was funny from Florida, yes. Let's have a look at some of these questions. Thank you. I thought it was funny. You've just witnessed it now live, how we deal with mange and how we can get through that. But you have to do it very slow. Hi, Moi. Is that how I pronounce it? Moi from Finland. Courtney has a question. Hello. A question for you. To call me concerned. 11 guinea pigs. Jump down the screen. Come back. Courtney, question. I'm not controlling the screen very well. I'll find it. Yes, you're right. I thought it was funny. You can already see we can touch her now. In 10 minutes, you can see we can touch her. Yeah, Saskia tends to bandage guinea pigs immediately where we do this process, and it works fantastically. There are instances where, yes, we do need to follow this up with bandages. They're more extreme than what they are. We get used to knowing which one needs which treatment. But yeah, both of us trying to share knowledge is a good thing. She's squirming worm. Yes, she is. Now, where's that question? What have we done with it? Oh, hang on. It's here somewhere. Right. Juicy puts the bottle right down the back of his neck and he's about the trunk. What do I do? So I think you're saying that you have a guinea pig that virtually swallows the bottle when they're trying to drink. Take the bottle away. So just take the bottle away. Get a different bottle. Go for a bowl. Give them a break off that for a while. There are some piggies that do tend to do that. But the ones that do it, they've actually been doing it for a long time. So in terms of aspiration risk, it's very low because of that.
I had someone I was babysitting that did the deep throat of the bottle, but it was because they were dehydrated. Like once I got the water to them and clean water regularly, they stopped doing it as bad.
Flowers grew. How did that happen? My
My
flowers grew. We had red ones. We've got lovely white ones now too. Where did they come from?
The grass.
The grass.
This one's starting to warm up now.
Yeah. They'll be feeling so much better.
Yeah, we've got sporadic sugar in this one, and she's actually looking around like, okay, what's going on?
We've got some other piggies that are in care that we need to deal with. One with a massive abscess down here. But we're going to do that a bit differently, probably in the shelter after. And 2 boys I have to do before 6. One of them's got a few issues, so
well, it's 10 to 5 now.
10 to 5, okay.
We've only got 20 minutes of light left,
okay.
If you're lucky.
No, that's okay.
Maybe show people how to drink a cup of tea.
Cup of tea. This is the first. This is actually breakfast, lunch, and almost tea. Tea for tea time. So breakfast and lunch, definitely. Very nice and needed. Just a little bit dehydrated. So fire up your questions if you have any. I'm glad you got to see it. I thought it was awesome because, and I hope the screen worked out okay, because we're trying this out, and yeah, it's good to show you live what we can do, how we deal with that sort of scenario. You do have to know how severe is severe, where their pain levels are. You do need to have to be good at reading piggies, but you know, a lot of that comes with experience as well.
It all comes with experience.
It comes with experience as well.
Not some of it. Not most of it. All of it.
Yeah, so we've got some pretty severe cases we need to deal with shortly, but we'll probably end the stream and deal with them indoors, I think, because we're nearly finished, nearly going back to the shelter. Yeah. The temperature's starting to drop now. Yeah, we are coming into winter here in Sydney, so it's getting cooler. Definitely.
Especially with bathing as well, they feel it
Well, they actually forecast rain today. And did we? Yes. I missed it. I think I was too busy. So apparently we had a little shower. I missed that. I was too busy with the kids. How many more have we got to go?
We've got the other 2 that were surrendered over there by the.
Oh, that's the older and the young one, isn't it?
They're in separate. One's in a basket, one's in a box.
We might actually get those under a lid to see if, in fact, they are fighting. They're 2 girls. I'd like to read their dynamic and see what's happening with them.
If we that white lid that's beside them had the mite infested girls.
Yeah, I wouldn't put anything back there.
Nothing under that for a couple of days.
No.
Fair enough.
We'll just leave that free for now. That's okay. It's good that they fell in love with the lab piggy and the little white one. It's super cute.
She fell in love with Nibbles.
I know.
Really
He's a heartbreaker.
And if ever Nibbles gets de-sexed, she wants him, please.
Yeah. If someone says this is a big cup of tea, my husband's 6'5" or 6'3", and my son is 6'5", so we have cups like this, which, you know, when we have a cup of tea, we really have a cup of tea. And considering this is actually breakfast, lunch, and everything so far, this is needed. So yeah, it's a great cup. I've got creative with some of our cups of late. Yeah, I like them.
Actually, rather than lid, we've got the yard lid.
Oh, Carolee, that would be awesome. I would love that. Yeah, can you message me after how we do that? I would love to know how to do it, and be very happy for you to be the mod. No problem. That'd be great. I would love that.
I won't try and pick anything up because I've got squirm baby in here.
Sorry.
I've got squirm baby. Rather than a lid, with the little low play area there, is suitable to.
If the little baby, because the baby in the box is, I don't think we'll get through that. Yeah. Oh, if we put some hideys in there and some cloth around the edge, yeah, it's more the baby that's small. It's a interesting surrender. We've got some boys that have come in. We've had lots of them. We do have a little girl with a very serious facial abscess. How about I show her to you? Would you like to see her? We're going to deal with her shortly, but probably not here on live stream. So do it later. This gorgeous little girl. There she is. But you can see she has a very, very, very big. Whoa, there's my phone. Sorry, hang on. Doing funny things with it. Hold on. Look back. That one. Yeah. So this is. Can you hold that steady there if I push on it? No, you've got to hold the. Yeah. Pull that bit. Nothing. I'm not going to fit that in there. Video. I think it's there. Sorry. Have we got it? I think we have. All right. Okay. I think. Okay, we're back. Sorry, we knocked the phone off, but we've got you back. Right, so let me share her with you. So this little cutie.
Surrenders?
No. So, right, so you can see here this massive abscess that we'll be dealing with. We're going to deal with that shortly. This little lass. Hello, it's got to be very sore. We'll work that out for you. See what is going on. Very treatable. We'll take care of it. Down here. And we've got a couple of others. that have got some pretty serious issues as well. So I thought it was funny. It says there's lots of wildlife around. So many exotic animals, owls, but the mosquitoes are really bad, and that sucks. I'm sure it does. Yeah, Mozzies are no good. Because it's winter here, we don't really have them right now, but in summer they're ferocious. And some of the videos that you watch, I realized later the sounds of the cockatoos that we have are so loud. For the last few weeks, we've had the black cockatoos here, which are absolutely beautiful. And I think they're not endangered yet, but they are higher risk. But they've been here and they land literally in the tree above where we run everything, and they make such a racket. So when you hear a big screech, they're a very big bird.
Nobody's being murdered.
Yeah, excellent, Carolee. We'll treat her later and we'll see. When guinea pigs have abscesses or lumps and bumps around the face, there can be a number of different things causing that, from an abscess all the way through to a tumour, through to thyroid issues. So there's a lot of interesting things in that area. So we'll touch on some of that. No, I think they're just frightened of them. When they said they handed them over, the way they move, they're very flighty. These ones that have come in, and they're frightened, but it just doesn't help. When, but, no, I don't think there's issues there. Yeah. So I have no idea how long. Oh yes, 3.5 hours we've been live streaming with you. So we didn't stream for the first 3 hours, but you've sat with us through the last little bit. We've got a lot to pack down, and we've got these other animals to deal with, which we'll do after we've packed down here. So we've got quite a bit of work to do first. So cheilitis, I thought it was funny. Yeah, cheilitis doesn't result in lumps though. Salt had a neck tumour successfully removed last year, sadly passed away Thursday night from an inoperable bladder tumour. I'm sorry. That's awful. Yeah, some piggies tend to get lots of issues, and certainly when one thing comes to the fore, they can be compounded by lots of problems. So something to be mindful of. You know, for example, if they get bloat can lead to gut stasis, can lead to lots of other complications, dehydration, down the track, and then you're dealing with a whole host of issues when they come in. It's Carolee said that salt had the tumour. I'm sorry, Carolee. That's awful. It's awful too when you try so hard down one path and you can then lose them through to something else. You know, not nice. Loss is not great. Okay, if it was growing that quick, was it an abscess? Are you sure it was a tumour? Just a little tip out there for particularly veterinarians that will aspirate these sorts of lumps. Oh, a pleasure, Jane. The size of the aspiration needle really matters, because quite often they'll take a sample, nothing will come out, so they don't feel it's abscess based, when in fact it was just too thick to actually pass through the needle. So that's something to be aware of. Oh, tumour in the bladder, yeah. Oh, that's the one that grew in 2 weeks. Okay. No, guinea pigs aren't prone to things. They are, vulnerable because they're completely reliant on the housing and conditions that we give them. So when cages aren't cleaned, they're left in moist, damp conditions where the risk of fungal, respiratory, lots of other problems can come on board. So 9 times out of 10, a lot of what we see, like the fungal mange case we've just had arrive, is purely down to human care. It's actually not that they're vulnerable at all. They're trapped in that condition and they can't do anything about it unless we intervene. So, yeah, so they're actually a fairly resilient animal in that sense, but they are fully dependent upon how we treat them and what we do to them. So, and that's their biggest vulnerability is us, isn't it? You know, it's the carer, the owner. It's really important to know that these little animals can live a long time and they have a life. And I mean, all creatures have a life. It's just, you know, compassion and care all round. So we try and make a difference. I thought it was funny. I clean my cage every day, spot clean. Well, well done. It's interesting you say that too, because guinea pigs, being coprophagic animals, they actually need some of their poop around. So there's this balance that is at play. And in reality, as a foraging ground-based animal, they don't like everything to be flat and where they're standing out in the open and they can check to choose where they're going. They actually like to have hay hanging down. They can run under it and into it. So, you know, it's interesting when I see some cages and they're all neat and tidy and laid out as we would want them as human beings, but as guinea pigs, actually, they're probably thinking it's a bit bare and naked. So yeah, keep that in mind. It's all a balance. But in terms of the moisture levels, humidity, you know, we were talking earlier in this live stream about going to bed and at the middle of the night, the temperature in your house will plummet. So people tend to think, they don't think about that window of 3 and 4 a.m. But it's actually a very vulnerable time for them when they can be very, very cold. Yeah, it's a vulnerable time. Yeah, well done. Actually, I thought it was funny, you know, they love just the ramps, the covers, arches, and put your hay on top so it's going over them and around them. They can nestle into it. They love it. Yes, yeah. Should you be worried about your air conditioner being on if it's too cold? So anything under 18 degrees, definitely I would be very mindful of. They can actually tolerate under 18 degrees, but they have to have the right infrastructure around them. A bit like us, you know, they are animals that have fur on them. They have the same body temperature as we do, but in terms of thermoregulation, which is what all animals do, they have lots of things that they do to stay warm. So with a furred animal, the hairs actually lift to trap air around and closer to the body. That's one of the first rules of thermoregulating that they do. So we can't do that. We would go and put a coat on, but a guinea pig can do that. So they are more tolerable, even though they're the same body temperature, they're actually more tolerant in that way. If I had to say which was more dangerous, cold or hot temperatures, what do you think you'd say? Which is more dangerous to a guinea pig, the cold or the heat? Which one? What do you think? Of the two, which is the worst, the cold or the heat? Someone says they'd have to Google. I don't even know if Google's been answered that. Yeah, heat. Heat's more dangerous because the effects of that are more instantaneous. So when the heat is too hot, they can't perspire, they can go downhill very quickly. Their core body temperature is elevated too high and they die very, very quickly. Cold temperatures, they can actually sustain cold temperatures because they can eat, they can move around, they can do things to actually warm up, and they've got choices about thermoregulation. So if there are other guinea pigs around them, they can group together. So they actually have a choice in how they manage that sort of situation. So yeah, by far the heat is the most dangerous in that way. I've lost 5 piggies to heat stroke. Yeah, are you keeping them inside? You thought it was funny? Are they inside? Mm. Oh, Carolee says she's lost 5 since because you're in the northern part of Australia, which is very hot, but again has to be inside air-conned. Yeah. Yeah, and there's other factors too. When animals become older or young, a bit like our elderly or our young, they're more vulnerable, so their immunity is compromised. Now, we are actually starting to lose the light here, so I think I have to go and relocate. I'll probably jump on live again later on. If you're watching this through the replay, as I know many of you will, please put your questions down below because I would love to answer them for you. I love hearing your questions and I love helping you where I can. If you're in our forum, the Cavy Savvy Guinea Pig community, you can reach out in there with my amazing volunteers and helpers and admins. And of course, I jump in there too. And yeah, of course, if you're on YouTube or you're not aware of YouTube, because this is on Facebook too, but if you're not aware of YouTube, we have hundreds and hundreds of videos on there on particular topics to do with guinea pig care. So make sure you go to Cavy Central on YouTube and you will find it. So thank you everyone for joining us. It's been nearly 4 hours we've been live streaming here. I hope you've enjoyed it and I will be back on again soon. And certainly the piggies that you've seen that we will have to deal with, we'll let you know. Okay, take care everyone and bye for now.